So he's talking about how the people on the left have created, by pushing people out due to their purity spirals, have created a situation in which you can't really be on their side. And I have experienced this myself, and I will tell you a story. Look at the right, and this is what I was talking about, like the whole sewing circle. Look how much the right fights each other all the fucking time over bullshit that doesn't even matter. The right's always fighting about all of this stupid ass fucking shit, infighting all the time, literally in lockstep all the time. They march to the same beat every single time. They all shame the same people. They don't attack each other. They just ignore it. Right? Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean Joe Biden did all this fucking shit? Who cares? They just ignore it. They never attack him or anything. None of them do.
Huh?
Some of you have heard this story before because I have told this story before.
They take a little bit of truth and they stretch it out as long as they can. Are there purity? Of course. The left is notorious for this. What they're saying, somewhat accurate. Okay, on the left, a lot of people, they're fucking. They will accuse you of revisionism, right? The most extreme Marxist. They'll be like, you're actually a liberal in disguise. You're a fucking revisionist. That's what you are, and it is really annoying. Okay, it's annoying when it comes up, but it's getting better. And anyway, if your response to a smarmy liberal finger wagging you is to be, well, I'm gonna be racist now. I'm just gonna be super fucking racist. You're a piece of shit. Yeah, you suck, and you were probably never genuinely a leftist to begin with. Today we are watching Leaflet. That's right. Everybody loves this content, okay, for real. I keep making Leaflet content, and it just keeps popping off, so that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing now, okay? I'm a Leaflet reactor. All of the videos I make about her keep getting thousands or at least a few hundred views, which is a lot for me. Okay, I've only 125 subscribers now, so the fact that my Leaflet videos get 2,000 views, lately on average, that's pretty crazy. Interesting. But anyway, more on that later. Let's go. This video is called "I'm Alt-Right?" ? And it looks like she's reacting to one of my least favorite people. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm probably not gonna show the video on screen, but there's this guy, okay, Jake Monroe, and we share a name, unfortunately, although I don't go by Jake. I've never gone by Jake, but it's unfortunate because this is one of the ugliest motherfuckers that I've ever seen on the internet, okay, both inside and out. Okay, his whole style, I hate it. And it kind of, so this guy, he has a Joker emo aesthetic, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. He's like emo Tom McDonald, okay? That's basically it. Except instead of a rapper, he's more like a video essayist / podcaster. Anyway, he sucks. I hate his whole vibe. But what's interesting about him is I think he gives you a glimpse into how the conservatives view woke-tards that look like him or have some other aesthetic that's seen as highly performative. Okay, all aesthetics are performative, but some more than others. But yeah, I mean, I hate it. It's not. It doesn't feel real. It feels very like he's LARPing. That's it. That's really all I got.
I really like Jake Monroe.
Of course you do.
He's one of my favorite content creators.
Yeah, no shit.
Let's check out what he says about debunking the alt-right pipeline. The alt-right, huh?
Debunking. Yo, he's debunking the alt-right pipeline. Yes.
Welcome back to get more.
I love these videos.
Jake Monroe Show, high-quality content.
It is.
You come to expect.
It is high quality.
The alt-right pipeline.
It's really not. He's a terrible speaker. I liked his other. He's switched up the format recently, so let me show you. Let me show you. He, like, instead of what he used to do, now he stands, you know, and he walks around and he like turns while he's talking, and it just sucks. It just sucks, dude. Like, please stop. Please stop with this shit. I don't like it. I really don't like it. It's not good. Like, he used to make content where he would like sit and he would talk, you know, and he was more like it was actually more like what I'm doing right now, where he was I don't know if he was actually streaming, but his setup kind of made it look like he was. He would just sit in his chair, you know, and talk, and that was great. But this shit is garbage, bro. This shit is ass cheeks.
He rented out the studio, set this all up.
I hate it.
And probably rented for an entire day. Because if you look at the previous videos, the time actually changes. You can see through the window. That time is actually changing like throughout the video.
What is this?
I like this style too. Me too. I love it.
The alt-right
Very fancy.
pipeline. You see a content creator, right? You see someone put out a video, and they're probably talking about something that's like red-pilled, or something that's more conservative, something that's contrary to the leftist rhetoric that seems to be going around at the moment. And in comes Septemring McFett with the alt-right pipeline grifter strikes again in regards to people finding their way to conservative or red-pilled values. This piqued my interest. Why is this so consistent? Why does the alt-right pipeline keep being brought up as a way to devalue or discredit what is being said by these content creators?
It's not really to discredit it. It's just it is a real, thing. It's not the only kind of pipeline that exists, right? There are other pipelines. Okay, the furry pipeline, right? That's a classic. That's a classic. Everybody knows how it starts. Okay, but like, these pipelines to certain personalities, right? They exist. Okay, it's a real thing. The alt-right now, most of the time, pipelines like the Tumblr pipeline, fandoms, fucking super Sherlock, super Hulock or whatever the fuck. It's not problematic. It's not like bad. But the alt-right pipeline is actually very bad. It actually fucking is terrible for our country, for our people, and it is a real phenomenon that happens, okay? And it, has affected a lot of young men in this country, myself included. I don't really know if I went down the alt-right pipeline. I don't think I really went down any kind of pipeline, actually. I was just kind of fucking, doing my own thing, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was kind of I was kind of like what Leaflet is now, and what Asmin is now would be a better example, because he is another white Anglo-Sax, and I had their perspective, but like way back then, so I had like a conservative, what would now be considered a conservative, moderate position, but like think back in like 2015 when I was 14, and that's not really alt-right. I didn't really fit in with those types. They were much different back then than they are now, I feel like. But it's like I always say, I was a proto-groiper, okay? I was a visionary. I was a visionary for the right.
Telling the truth. So I looked a little bit deeper into it. And what I found was actually quite interesting. Because not only did I find out what the alt-right pipeline actually is, but I found out who made it.
Who made it?
Before we get into it,
Jeffrey Epstein.
Check out brand new merch that has just dropped. We have the new Make Goth Great Again hats. Here, it's Make Goth Great Again 2.
Okay, what I need to do, guys, is I need to get this hat and then get a new Goth Lolita outfit, and one that's really, really fluid.
The fuck are you gonna do with the hat? Wear it out in public? You're not gonna fucking wear it on stream. That's for goddamn sure. You're never gonna show your face on stream, probably because you're equally as ugly on the outside as you are on the inside. But at least this guy has the nuts to, like, actually show his face and his shitty fashion sense on the internet. I know I'm one to talk, okay? I just throw whatever the fuck I got on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's lame, okay? Just stop talking about this. You're not, go, if you're gonna buy the hat, then go fucking buy it. But don't tell your viewers, because you're not gonna fucking show your face. You're not gonna do that, okay? You're not gonna show your face. That's it.
Really, really, really cute. Lots of ribbons on it. I gotta get one of those. Wear that hat. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. I
Okay.
need that.
Oh, comes
True.
pre-aged
Yeah, perfect.
with all the fraying and stuff like that. The dark red embroidery. If you have a look on the back here, MGGA, also high quality
sucks.
embroidery on the back. Very high quality merch.
We've
Go and
last
check that
Suigentoe.
out.
Little do you know, Shadow Sonata, that I have 2 Suigentoe outfits, and I have worn them before to formal events. I have 2. One of them is like made out of like a sort of satin material, and the other one is like velvet.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is Leafit?
I've got 2. I've also got 2 Suisei Seki outfits as well. So yeah, I had a Shinku outfit, but I sold it. Yeah.
Link is down below. We've
Yeah.
got the beanies too. We've got these really cool pins as well if you want to put those on your backpack. Now, the alt-right pipeline is officially defined as a series of algorithmic curations that sort of lead a specific demographic.
You know, I don't really like Make Goth Great Again because it, you know, obviously it's like a play on MAGA, and that's, you know, that sucks, but at the same time, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. You know, how do you even say that? MGGA, Gaga. That sucks. That's trash.
More conservative,
Nobody's gonna use that.
Right-wing ideologies and sensibilities and stuff like that. You know, things
Also, what are you doing, man? The whole goth, I'm not a goth, okay? I don't know. I don't really know what it's all about exactly, but obviously it is like a counterculture, okay? It's like a, you know, that's what it is, okay? It is antithetical to the fucking political establishment, like MAGA. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Make goth great again?
Because don't they call it Asmund?
Goth is still great. Yes, Asmongold is right wing. Yeah. Yeah, don't they call Asmund right? Don't they call him right? Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck do you mean? Like, oh, you're confused by that, really? Asmongold isn't right wing. He just defends the administration at every turn, at every possible chance he gets. He defends the fucking admin. Why do people think he's right wing? Yeah, I don't know, man. Real head scratcher.
All of us are alt-right, really. So like, what does it even mean?
Yes, yeah, that's what I keep saying. Yeah. Yes, Leaflet, you are right wing. Okay, are you getting it? Are you getting it yet? What? And like, why are you so scared of that? Why do you try to distance yourself from it? Like that's what I don't understand about Leaflet. And Asmund as well. Like you guys might not have the popular mandate, not right now, and I think that's really why you are so reluctant to give yourself this label. Sometimes, I mean, I feel like other times she's just like, yeah, I am right wing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid. Okay, they're in power. Okay, your guys are in power. You love them. Just just admit what you are. Just wear it on your sleeve. Why the fuck are you hiding it? I don't understand. Like when you are anti-abortion, when you are like pro-deportation, and you compare Palestinians to orcs, how are you not right wing? How are you not right wing? When you like talk about the superiority of certain cultures, do you think that that's something that leftists say, right? As well as right wing people, or do you think that like that's just a special little exception for you, and you're actually very moderate, but like you have some right wing ideals and some like libtarded ideas or whatever. Like, I don't understand, man. I want you to explain. I want you to elaborate on this. I want to understand. I want to know more about your ego, right? And the way that you see your political ascription. Yeah, I don't think that's the right word, but, whatever.
Everyone that's not,
you get what I mean.
I don't know. Like, who would be their champions? Who would be, like, on the right? That would be, like, that person is right-wing, not alt-right. Wait, Caleb Hammer is alt-right?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Be considered
Hold on.
alt-right? Because don't they call Asmund? They call Asmund alt-right, don't they?
Oh, they call him alt-right. Yeah, no. No, Asmongold's not alt-right. No, I don't think anybody calls him that. I mean, if they do, they're misinformed. Or they're stupid. either one. I don't know. But Asmongold is not really alt-right. He is definitely right-wing though. He's he's basically a neocon. Honestly, that's the way I'd describe him. He's like slightly more. He's slightly less pro-Israel than the average neocon and the average neocon commentator. But yeah, other than that, it's like there's no difference. There's no difference, bro.
So that would mean all of us are alt-right, really. So like, what does it even mean? Does it mean everyone that's not I don't know, like who would be...
No, alt-right, it is a real thing, okay? It's not just like all-encompassing. Not everybody is fucking alt-right, dumbass. And no, Leaflet, I don't think you're alt-right. Okay, I think that you are right-wing, though. Yes. Okay, not every right-wing person is alt-right, okay? Now, I think there are a lot of people on the left, or, liberals. I think there are a lot of liberals that maybe get confused with these terms, okay? And they, like, call certain people something that they aren't because they're some other flavor of right-wing. But these words have meaning. And just because some liberals get it wrong, that doesn't mean that they don't have meaning. Okay, sorry for rambling about like you guys being right wing. I thought that's what you were trying to say. I thought you were saying that you're not a right wing person.
Who would be their
and
champion?
that did not make sense.
Who
to
would
me.
be like on the right? That would be like that person is right wing, not alt right. Wait, Caleb Hammer is alt right. Did you say that?
Who would be right wing and isn't alt right? A lot of people. A lot of fucking people. Actually, the alt right is kind of niche. Okay, the alt right, I think it's kind of forked into several different things now. But basically, the Groypers, before they were the Groypers, they were the alt right. Okay, like kind of what I was describing earlier about myself. When I was a kid, I was in the alt right. Okay, I would say I was. I also kind of felt like an outsider though, in those groups, but that's why I say that I'm kind of a visionary. Okay, I was a visionary within the alt right movement, and now you're seeing like kind of a split within the alt right. You have the Groypers, and then you have the people that are closer to neocons. Like basically in my mind. Okay, and I'm gonna be a little reductive here, okay, but we are talking about politics and the categorization of swaths of people. But it goes like this, okay? You have the center, which in America is naturally right wing relative to the rest of the world, and then right from the center you have neocons. Right, you have like conservative moderates, and then you have neocons, and then you have something in between Groypers and neocons, and this is kind of where the alt-right begins in my mind. Okay, and then further right you have the Groypers. Okay, and they're the most extreme. Okay, they're the most extreme Republican faction that actually has motion. And that's it. Okay, so anyway, let's keep going.
Whenever he was the pink guy, or the original iDubbbz stuff, or Leafy.
What's the joke?
I don't know. Like who would be their champions? Who would be like on the right? That would be like that person is right wing, not alt right. Wait, Caleb Hammer is alt right. Did you say that Ayatollah?
Whenever he was the pink guy, or the original iDubbbz stuff, or Leafy, or in more modern times.
I don't know who Caleb Hammer is. I feel like I've heard that name before, but I can't fucking remember right now. Somebody else said Jordan Peterson. Yeah, no, not alt-right. Not alt-right. Although Jordan Peterson, he is interesting. He's I mean, he's irrelevant now, but Jordan Peterson is just a neocon, basically. That's what he is. Okay.
People like
But he was interesting because he, very much appealed to young people, and not a lot of neoconservative commentators are able to do that. Have like a primarily young right-wing audience. I think that's a little unique.
And Sneeko and Fuentes. These
Ooh,
other
Fuentes.
very prolific red-pilled right-wing kind of guys that are guiding a specific demographic towards more conservative values. Be more aware of things in their environment, which is what red pill actually is.
Yeah, I don't think they're guiding people towards more conservative values. I think they are guiding people with more conservative values to extreme racism. Okay, and that's what the alt-right pipeline is. Okay, like I'll tell you from my experience. I was, growing up, I was angry at the system, which very obviously failed me and my peers. Looking around as an 8-year-old, okay, literally, when I was 8 years old, look to my left, look to my right, what do I see? I see my peers who are experience food insecurity, just like I was. Their parents were getting divorced left and right. I think the divorce rate fucking skyrocketed after 2008, right? It hit like 50%. And that's what I remember. I remember my friends' parents getting divorced. This happened multiple times. And anyway, it made me mad. It pissed me off. I felt like the government was like trying to kill us or something. That's unironically how I felt. And so I hated the government from a young age. Okay, is my point. I needed something to blame. I blame the government. The alt-right is very appealing to a person like me in that situation. And that's why I started to go down that path. Okay, but I was already, propagandized to be an American moderate, which is a right-wing like, we as Americans are predisposed to being right-wing, is my point in all of this. And so the alt-right pipeline, it's easy to get guided down, Anyway, let's keep going.
Be aware, to wake up, to notice things.
Guys, I gotta say this. I've never found like traditional goth to be like that aesthetic. Like, just being real. Like, I really like like gothic Lolita and stuff like that. But I've never really been into traditional goth. Trad goth. But I'm like watching.
Yeah, man, this shit sucks. And then she's gonna say, but this guy is doing it well. Dude, that is so insane to me. That, like, think about what you're saying. I don't like goth, but I like this guy's aesthetic. Like, dude, yeah, no shit. No shit, you don't like goth, because anybody that likes goth is gonna look at this shit and be like, this shit sucks. This guy sucks. His style sucks. Now, like, I'm not into goth, okay? I think I said that earlier. I'm not very much into the goth aesthetic, but, like, I at least have an appreciation for it. This shit is ass. This shit is total ass, bro.
I'm kinda like,
I don't...
I get it.
Dude, you get
my mind a little bit.
Around you in your environment, in society.
I'm changing
dude, no, dude, this is not genuine. It's just not. Leaflet, I know you only care about the fucking politics, bro. That's it. That's it. He's saying the right thing. I get it now.
my mind. I'm listening.
Around you in your environment, in society. It's described as leading young men to a quote-unquote extremist right-wing ideological
Okay,
stand.
see the problem. Okay, okay, guys, listen. I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay, see the issue is, right? So, like, if you look at Jake, and Jake, I'm so sorry for this, because I know, like, sometimes you watch my reacts, I'm so sorry. But if you look at Jake, he does have that vampire thing going on, but it's, like, masculine, and it's powerful. When I think of vampire shit now, I just think of gay. Like, am I the only one that thinks that? Like, I think of vampires, I'm like, wow, gay, right?
in today's society. But we'll get to
True
why.
and real.
We'll get.
This is peak masculinity. Leaflet, look at what I'm looking at right now. Look at this shit. Yo, Leaflet 2026, peak masculinity right here. I don't even know. I don't know what to say, dog.
Specifically young men that are susceptible to things like the alt-right pipeline. We'll get into that.
This is kind of what I like about Jake. Jake's style.
Isolated,
It's cool looking.
depressed young men. They are the greatest, almost the exclusive demographic to be affected by the alt-right pipeline.
They do. Oh, dude, do you think they do? Do you think gay vampires? Do you think they don't suck from the neck?
However, there is another side to this. There's another kind of man that was obviously influenced or has gone through the alt-right pipeline themselves, and that is male content creators who have had negative experiences with the left. You see, men are not treated very well on that side of the fence. And for the most part, men who are on that side of the fence, you know, those whose support structures, networks, friendships, relationships, literally everything that their life is built upon, relies on them maintaining the peace with this matriarchal left-wing narcissism that they found themselves surrounded by. And they behave so well, man. Oh my God, do they try and play along as much as possible?
I gotta say, Jake, I love this setup that you have here. This setup with this clean room, multiple camera
Dude,
angles.
just shut up about it, bro. It's so, like, you can't keep talking about it. You already said this. Dude, every time she starts talking about it, like, no, man, I want to just, like, shut it down and be like, it's wrong. But, like, then I'm repeating myself, you know? It's fucking annoying. Like, no, man, this setup, it's garbage. It's, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not a cool aesthetic. Look at look at the lights in the background, bro. It's amateur hour.
I was looking at each one and like just it's so this is cinema. I love it.
Do they try?
Chocolate Donut says, "What's happening here?" I am reacting to Leaflet, reacting to a YouTuber. You probably never heard of him. He's garbage. His name is Jake Monroe, and his whole thing is he's like I'm right wing, but I'm goth, and that's it. And we're reacting to a video he made about the alt-right pipeline. What the fuck? Yeah. Look, she keeps saying it over and over. She keeps complimenting his aesthetic, his vibe. It's so fucking ass, bro. Also, I didn't realize Leaflet has so many followers. Holy shit, dude, they will attack you. I don't give a fuck. I want them to attack me. What? Why do you think I keep making videos about... I stopped making videos about Leaflet because, I was getting more views making other videos, and she's, like, really icky and gross. But she got a bunch of new fans recently. And, she's got motion now, okay? She's up. Remember, I was saying this all the time before. Her channel was dead. Back in the old days when I first started making content, and I was reacting to her channel completely. It was stagnated when I started watching it. I didn't know that at the time. But I kept watching, and I figured out, like, oh, she's not gaining subscribers. She's not... Like, she's getting a fraction of the views. But then, she got attention from Asmongold, because she simped for him for long enough, and he was like, okay. And now she's got a bunch of views. LOL, they're gonna dox you? Wouldn't it be wiser to just be a VTuber like her? You know, they can dox me, it's whatever. I don't care. Yo, let me show you something, man. Let them come! You know what I'm saying? Let them come here. Oh no, I'm gonna get doxxed. Oh no. My guy, are you sagging ass all that? No, I don't. No, my pants are up, bruh. What are you talking about? My pants are not sagging. Wait, what kind of gun is that? What does it look like? What does it look like, man? It's a pea shooter. Oh yeah. Nah, but anyway, you know, whether they do or not, I just, you know, what you're talking about is highly unlikely. They're not gonna come after me. What the fuck? I don't think that actually happens very much. I think that it happens to large creators, and especially like highly controversial creators. I don't think it's very commonplace. Bro, I know nothing about guns and their customization. LOL. Oh, okay. Okay. It is a shotgun. Can't miss. That's what I like about them. I'm not very good at aiming. Blow, blow. I just like to point at things and destroy them. Okay, that's it. You have to. YouTube won't allow that. I don't think that's true. No, I'm not threatening anyone. I think that would maybe not be allowed. But even that, I don't know. Because there was that whole thing with Sneeko and Moist Critical. Oh. Also, I mark all of my videos for over 18. I don't... yeah. But anyway, you know, look, it's the truth. Like, if anybody runs up on me, you can expect I'm gonna put a little bullet in your head, okay? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, so don't do that.
Everyone's happy, but you're still a white man, okay? You're only gonna be
YouTubers cannot generally show, handle, or transport firearms during live streams under updated YouTube guidelines. As of June 18th, 2024, policies strictly prohibit. What? Huh? Are you kidding? I didn't know about that. That's crazy. No, bro. LOL. News to me. Hey, my bad. Did you just look that up? How did you know that? Wait, how did you know the date? Did you have it memorized? I did. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, oh well. I'll edit it out. It's fine. Anyway, back to this.
So much. At the end of the day, you are still going to have to take some shit on the chin. They're still going to shit on you. I've had that before. You try to maintain the peace, but they're always going to be trying to take little pieces of you, trying to make a point. You're just a punching bag to these women. But at one point, you wake up and you say, I've had enough of this shit.
Yep.
Out of my house.
Same,
I want my own damn life. I'm sick of hearing the shit. I'm sick of being treated like shit.
Yup.
Despite
same.
everything I do for all of you.
These guys keep talking about it, like you know, men being abused by the matriarchs, by the feminazis. Where is it? Where's the abuse? Like, I don't feel it. I've been a leftist for like 5 years now, or a little longer. I have never, a feminist has never stepped all over my balls. That's never happened. Weren't goth people considered femme and gay by society? Don't white nationalists hate LGBT? Yeah, I mean, look, man, Tom McDonald, okay? This guy is just he's another Tom McDonald, okay, in a different way. Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know what I mean by that? This guy is Tom McDonald, okay? He's Joker, emo, Tom McDonald. That's what he is.
Oh my
anyway.
God. And then this is where you are then introduced to the alt-right. No, I am alt-right. That much is obvious. You've seen my bio. Trying to find it. I bet you can't find a singular definition. Yes, you know, there's a bunch of unsavory types in there. There's also people in there who are right-wing or conservative or just more right-wing or on the right, but don't necessarily tickle the boxes of conventional right, have their own definition of what it means to be on the right. That's about where I am on that. Male content creators who have been canceled.
Wait, am I alt-right too? Am I also...
Okay, being right-wing is all about holding conservative values, traditional values. So, like, the whole idea of a conservative counterculture, a conservative, like, being outside of the norm, alt-right doesn't make any fucking sense for you. Okay, you're not alt-right. You're just a weird, crazy person. Okay, actually, maybe you are alt-right. but it depends on how racist you are, because that's the real alt-right. Okay, alt-right is just, basically, it is the logical conclusion to the right-wing ideology, conservative ideology. Okay, it's the extreme. Okay, and the reason it is called the alt-right is because when it came about, there was the mainstream, neoconservative slash like trad conservative movements in America. Okay, and the alt-right was kind of like, no guys, like you aren't being racist enough. You don't hate the Jews enough. Okay, that's what the alt-right is. So you're not alt-right just because you're alternative. You're just a fucking freak. Okay, you're a freako. Freak. That's what you are. Okay, that's what you are to these people. That is my message to Jake. Okay, Jake Monroe. Like, you're just you're like a spectacle. Okay, you're like a little goblin person at the carnival, right? At the circus. Yeah, that's what you are, man. That doesn't make you alt-right. That's not really what alt-right is. At least it isn't to me. Okay, maybe I don't know if there's like an official definition of alt-right now that has been there's like a consensus on it within like intellectual circles or like scholars or whatever. I don't know. But to me, the way I see the alt-right, it's just like more racist version of neoconservatism. LOL, sometimes I need to stop asking questions. I regret searching Tom McDonald. Yeah, man. Look, actually, while we're talking about him, I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull this shit up right now. That's right, we're listening to this. Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Turn this shit all the way up.
They can't cancel my message cause I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world. Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope. Go woke. Pronounce pro-love, you're progressive, but you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it.
Wait. Okay, skip. This shit sucks. I want to see the Ben Shapiro verse. Did you just Fortnite default dance? Yeah.
My money like Liz, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a
Don't be a wap.
Look at the graphs. Look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison. I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me.
Damn.
My comment section.
Damn, he's talking about me right now. He's dissing me. He's on TV and I'm not.
People download this. Let's get a billboard number one.
Billboard number one. So hates progressive people, but you're rapping because that's very conservative. I think it was supposed to be like ironic. It was supposed to be like a funny meme. Okay, it's like but I think at the same time it was also supposed to be a banger. Okay, I think Ben Shapiro unironically thought like, oh, I can do rap music. Rap music is so low IQ, I can easily make rap music. Okay, you probably don't know this. Ben Shapiro has talked about rap music before, hip-hop. Ben Shapiro... I feel like Ben Shapiro, at one time, he said that, like, all music sucks, except for fucking classical music from like the 1800s or before. Like anything after the 19th century, garbage. I really don't understand what the right wants. Do they really think this nation can function without minorities? Yeah, I mean, it depends on who we're talking about, but like, yeah, the racist people, yeah, like the extreme racist people, of course, yeah, America is for the white people, the brown people are causing all the problems, they're taking the jobs, Goddamn. So who will do the blue-collar jobs? That's actually the wrong question. That's actually the wrong question, okay? Because, Americans, like white Americans in particular, they do a lot of blue-collar work. Okay, immigrants, they do low-skill work for very little pay. But Americans do blue-collar work, they like blue-collar work, they want to do more of it. But immigrants aren't really doing a lot of blue-collar work anyway. I mean, a lot of them do construction, that's blue-collar, maybe even plumbing. But like, Americans want jobs like, being an electrician, being an HVAC guy, that sort of thing. Building houses and cleaning is pretty high class to me. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's a very respectable thing to do with your professional life. You know, too many people, they write off work like that. That kind of work isn't low skill. Okay, that's not really what I was talking about. Maybe cleaning. Yeah, but construction, no. Anyway, let's go back to this shit.
So alt-right.
Look at this guy.
Center.
Look at this
Primarily for
motherfucker.
just standing their ground about something that they believe in. Chewed out.
No.
Eaten alive.
My alt-right.
By their
I'm very
leftist
alt-right
audience.
shit.
I mean, isn't that why minorities are dark? We can't be white as fuck and expect to work outside. Look at Jesus. Even though they said he's white. Yeah, man. I see what you're saying, but like a lot of white people do work these blue collar jobs, and they want to. Okay, and they believe that the brown people are stealing the jobs from them. They don't want. It's not like Americans want the brown people to like do the jobs that they want. They want them to do the jobs that they don't want. But then they also want other white people to do the jobs that they don't want, if that makes sense. And the brown people are taking those jobs as well. Okay, so it's just like, it's always the brown people's fault. That's what it is. That's what it is. Even though none of this shit makes any fucking sense. And also, like white Americans, they feel the squeeze, the economic squeeze, especially right now. But really, our whole lives, okay? You know, that's the way white Americans have felt. But instead of blaming the actual problem, which is the system, the elites, right, and their manipulation of the economy, they blame brown people. And if you get really racist with it, then you blame the Jews importing the brown people. Okay? And this is I talk about this all the time, usually when I am covering groypers. But you know, that's it. Okay, that's the way they see it. But you're right though that Jesus was also a brown person. You know, there are people who will disagree with you because of certain translations of the Bible that said he was like light-skinned or whatever. I'm close to rolling over my grave. I'm close to rolling over my grave. I do not care if white people are mad, boo-hoo, either move to predominantly white country or shut the fuck up. I'm old and tired. Yeah, man, well, you're not old. And also, that argument does not work with these people. You have to shift the blame to something else. Okay, like right now they are blaming the brown people, a lot of, well, I mean all of these people that we're talking about, and the problem isn't that they're upset, it's who they're blaming. Okay, and I understand your frustration. That's completely understandable. But, you know, they're not going to leave. They believe this is their ancestral homeland, or whatever. It was promised to them 250 years ago, or whatever. Unironically, okay, we are in Israel, bro. America is just Israel. So why not just make it a law for minorities to have a max of 2 kids? Because well, first of all, that's not really enforceable. But also, cause like that's like a China approach, right? But like in China, it was actually enforceable because it wasn't based on like ethnic identity, and so if like once you make a brown child, you can't like unbrown the child, okay? But in China, they could you know, like send a kid overseas or whatever. Or, yeah, China did it. I know, it was terrible. It was terrible. But anyway, that's not what they want, okay? Because that's not really what white replacement is about. You know, that's it. Like, you know, the problem is that they think that when it comes to white replacement, okay, they believe that the white people are going to breed with the brown people, and then we're going to have no more white people. Okay? And that's what's going to happen. They want to stop that from happening. They're like, no, this is what the Jews want. This is what the Jews want. Okay? And so the solution is to deport all the brown people, because if you just give them like a maximum child, well, that's not going to stop them from breeding with white people. But brown and white people usually end up white passing, no? Well, not, I don't know about usually, I don't know. I don't have any data for that, but either way, you know, when it comes to like ethnic purity, right, you know, we're talking about racist here, man. Okay, do you understand? Like, if you're white passing, but you're mixed, you're not white. Okay, it's like, is Logic a white person to like clan members? You know, like Logic, the rapper, he is a white person. Okay, he is extremely white. But like, is he a white person to clan members? Is my point. You know, the answer is fuck no. No one is pure. We're all mixed with something. I agree with you. That's just not how these people see it. Okay, that's not how the classic Nazis saw it. That's not how Israelis see it. That's not how clan members see it. Logic, to my perspective, is not white. He is white passing, though. Yeah, I mean, he's not white. He's not white like I am. Okay, his skin may be white, but like his dad is, you know, very clearly a black man. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. But anyway, my point is like, even if someone is white passing, the racist, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if you're white passing. It's about your ancestry. It's about your traceable heritage. Anyway.
Forced
They were fucking right about me, weren't they, chat? They got me.
over the fence into the neighbor's yard. And there they begin to realize that they've been screwed over their entire lives.
These definitions, they don't mean anything. I mean, like, all right doesn't mean anything because it means different things to different people. It's basically pointless.
And they start to bolster their confidence. They start to learn their self-worth. In fact, they start to help other men.
For a fence sitter, I'm not really a fence sitter, though. I'm really not. Because I tell you what I believe on these issues. I'm not like, well, I don't know about that. I just tell you. I tell you what I actually believe. Like, sometimes like, it's along with the right, and sometimes it's along with the left. It just depends. Like, I'm not really beholden to a specific side.
I see both sides. Yeah, example? Like, what liberal, what fucking left-leaning perspective do you have? Because I've never heard one. I've not heard a single one from you. Ever. You always take the, like, the difference between you and an extremist is you don't get really racist with it most of the time. Okay, sometimes you do, occasionally, right? I call that out. That's why I keep bringing up the orc thing. Okay, the when you called Palestinians orcs, yeah. But you know, you always take the maximalist right-wing position with, like, fucking everything. Everything that the Trump admin does, you're like, oh, based. And then you're like, why? Oh, I'm not right-wing. I see both sides. What baffles me is that most people who are concerned about the white race dying don't even have any kids. I bet that guy has less than 3 kids, if even that. This guy on screen? You think he has kids? Oh, I hope not. I feel bad for them, but I don't think he does. Who would fuck this guy? Are you kidding me? Look, you know, he may have like a fucking mog chin or what? Jaw. He might like jaw mog people, okay, with his defined jawline. But like, dude, this guy gets no bitches. This guy gets no fucking bitches, dog. I would be surprised. Anyway, if even that, a woman can birth up to, what, 30 kids? Why not have multiple kids? I don't know. So why are racists so concerned about the population if they don't produce any? Well... That's like a good point. I just, it's not really about the kids, though. It's just about, like, hating brown people and blaming society's problems on brown people. Also, my wording is dumb, I know. No, it's not that. I just, like, I like what you're doing, but you are forcing me to, think like they do. Okay, like, because I'm trying to come up with an answer as to why they think the way they do, what's really going on, why they say what they say, and what's going on underneath the surface. It's not always what it seems. Okay, a lot of times it is. Alright, but, you know, Occam's razor and all that. Okay, but brown people are smart, though? Are they saying brown as in Indians or Mexicans or both? Yeah, all brown people, the global south. And, brown people are, you know, that is it's a non-argument to these people, okay? They are already operating on the assumption, whether they admit it or not, that white people are smarter, brown people are, like, naturally dumb, okay? And they'll try to obfuscate. They'll say, no, we're not talking about genetics, it's about culture. It's about culture. That's why the brown people are dumb. It's not their genetics, it's the culture. Okay, it's fucking... It's brain dead, okay? Asmongold recently said that the average IQ of Somalis is 68. He said that. Okay, that is a racist lie. And at the same time, IQ is not even an adequate measurement of a person's intelligence at all. I'm confused. I live in Texas. I rarely see the average Indian, so what are they so scared about? Look, man. The thing about Texas is there's like a growing Indian population there. If you look around, you'll see them. Of course you will. I used to live in Birmingham, and like there are tons of Indian people there. You know. East Asian restaurants as well, Southeast Asian restaurants. But there is a demographic shift happening in America. Okay, like don't just totally write off what these people are saying as a total delusion. Okay, like there is a demographic shift. It's just that it's not because the Jews are importing people to replace white people. And also, it's not like it's obviously not an invasion, which is how they frame it. Okay, they'll say it's an invasion. And a lot of liberals will ignore the reality because they don't want to accept the framing. Okay, Okay, but what I'm saying is, you don't need to accept their framing that there's an invasion happening, because it's not a fucking invasion. Okay, what's happening is our country has a long history of exploiting the global south. And the primary method for doing this has been to use foreign governments to exploit their people. Okay? But the problem is foreign governments keep wanting to do good things for their people and make their lives better. And sometimes that goes a little too far for our country, okay? And that's called communism. That's when the communism starts, okay? So then what we do, once that starts happening and they stop playing ball as much, maybe they nationalize their oil industry, maybe they give their people free healthcare, it's time for regime change, okay? So then we bomb the fuck out of them, and then there's a war, there's massive casualties, civilian casualties. Their population becomes scared. They want to flee the country. And guess what? Guess what America says? We say, oh, you poor refugees. Oh, you can come here. You can come here. You can start a new life. You can live the American dream. And then when they get here, we exploit the fuck out of them, okay? Through normalized wage labor in America that every citizen experiences. But also, you can get away with paying immigrants under the table and giving them a lot less, paying them a much lower wage. So that's how it works, okay? And I can't remember why I started talking about this, but anyway, let's keep going.
And discover their own self-worth. And this is dangerous. This is really bad. This is dangerous. They don't want this.
More of a fence shitter, true. I will accept that. Fence shitter, that's right.
This is exactly what they don't want.
Hilarious.
So these are the two kinds of people that you find heading over into the alt-right pipeline. Lonely young men who finally found a voice that speaks for them on the internet, telling them they have value, that the way they've been treated by women is not fair. And then you've also got the content creators themselves. Their entire lives, their entire...
That's why I'm a pick-me grifter.
Audience are comprised of leftist women or just leftists in general, and they make content that's non-partisan.
You kinda
They're forced
are.
to make a decision on a world event. They decide not to do that.
Is Leaflet an alt-right too? No, I was talking about that earlier. No, I don't consider her one. To me, alt-right is, you have to at least be like more, you have to do like a little bit of like Jewish conspiracy anti-Semitism. Okay, you have to do some of that. I don't really, the thing is, you could look it up. I don't know if there's like an official definition or like consensus among political scientists about what the alt-right is, what the definition is. I'm kind of going off of vibes right now when it comes to talking about the alt-right. Okay, but no, I don't think Leaflet is alt-right. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll look into it. I'll look more into it after this, but I'm going into this with like my experience with the alt-right, my views on what it is, who is in it and who's not, and I don't consider Leaflet in the alt-right. She's like a conservative leaning moderate, kind of like a neocon, but she gets pretty racist with it sometimes. Yeah, but like, she's basically a neocon, man. Like, when I say she gets racist with it, it's primarily Islamophobic. Okay, she's an Islamophobe. Okay, and that's just kind of normal in like right wing, and I mean even in liberal spheres, of course, in liberal spheres of influence. So I don't think she's alt-right, no. Anyway.
Well, they have a contentious point that they want to make. The left are unable to disagree, and they are then thrown over the fence. Like this meme right here. This one. You see this one here?
Yeah, I mean, both sides make some good points. So I hate this argument because one side is Hitler, and then the other side is Mecha Hitler. And then the fucking fence sitters are like, I can't tell a difference. Well, there is a difference, okay? There's a difference between Ultron Hitler and like regular Hitler, okay? But we bomb countries, so how are we any better? Do they just don't give a fuck as long as the target isn't their demographic? Yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah, might equals right. Okay, America is strong, so when we bomb other countries, we're just getting our bag, bro, okay? This will benefit the average American so significantly, okay? That's the attitude. That's the attitude. It's force projection. It's good when America does it. It's bad when other countries do it, it's terrorism. So what is the point of this whole argument? We're just going in circles. I give up, LOL. Welcome to the J-Star broadcast. Welcome to politics, bro. Okay, I understand. I know how frustrating it is. Lately it's been very circular. I think even more than usual. So I can see why you bring it up here. But look at my comments, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, and people have been going off on me. Okay, and they just like. It's like they don't even read my shit. They don't read my replies. They don't read my comments. They just fucking they straw man and then they knock it down. That's what they do. But it wasn't to you. I meant these conservatives. LOL. Yeah, I know. I try to call them out when they do it. I'm like, hey, you already said this, and I replied to it, and then you didn't acknowledge it, you didn't respond to my reply about what you were talking about, and now you're bringing it up again, and this is just entirely redundant. This is just redundant and circular argumentation. And then they're like, oh, you just want to censor me. You're just censoring me. I still think you could make some bank if you grift, but I won't bring it up anymore. LOL. Yeah, I hope that's the last time that you do, bro.
And this right here.
It's true.
Because it's so tempting. I'm thinking about doing it, bro. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop. You're convincing me.
Right pipeline.
I see where he's going with this.
Leftists did. You
As
see,
they do.
if leftism wasn't
As they do, making their worst enemies, of course.
this prickly, nasty, toxic environment of authoritarianism under a matriarchal dictatorship, then there would be no need. There would be no construction of something like an alt-right pipeline. There would not be this necessity for an...
They do this constantly, by the way. Like, these people, they do this shit constantly. 72 archetypes, they with 500 kits. Alt-centrist is called dark centrism, coined by P.F. Jung. He made League of Politics... Wait, what? League of Politics? Is that like League of Legends Champion Spotlight videos that are going to be on content? Maybe I should check that. That sounds actually hilarious. But I do have a little story for you guys in regards to this. So he's talking about how the people on the left have created, by pushing people out due to their purity spirals, have created a situation in which you can't really be on their side. And I have experienced this myself. And I will tell you a story. Look at the right. And this is what I was talking about, like the whole sewing circle. Look how much the right fights each other all the fucking time over like bullshit that doesn't even matter. The right's always fighting about all of this stupid ass fucking shit, like infighting all the time, literally in lockstep all the time. They march the same beat every single time. They all shame the same people. They don't attack each other. They just ignore it. Right? Oh, like what do you mean? What do you mean Joe Biden did all this fucking shit? Who cares? They just ignore it. They never attack him or anything. None of them do.
Huh?
Some of you have heard this story before because I have told this story before.
They take a little bit of truth and they stretch it out as long as they can. Are there like purity? Of course. The left is notorious for this. Like what they're saying, somewhat accurate. Okay, on the left, a lot of people, they're fucking. They will accuse you of like revisionism, right? The most extreme Marxist. They'll be like, you're actually a liberal in disguise. You're a fucking revisionist. That's what you are, you know. And it is really annoying. Okay, it's annoying when it comes up, but it's getting better. And anyway, the thing is though, Leaflet, if somebody gets mad at you because you're like you're a liberal, you know, and like you're like a liberal leaning moderate, and they get mad at you because they're a communist. Okay, and they start like, you know, finger wagging you, right? You're not really a leftist. You're not pure, like I am, like me, the Hojavist communist. Okay. When somebody says that to you, the answer is not to become a Nazi. Okay, like if your response to a smarmy liberal finger wagging you is to be, well, I'm gonna be racist now. I'm just gonna be super fucking racist. Like, you're a piece of shit. Yeah, you suck, and you were probably never genuinely a leftist to begin with. Okay, because if you're gonna sit here and be like, oh well, people on the left didn't like me, so I'm gonna be a fucking racist now. Well, good riddance. Okay, fuck off then. Yeah, good.
But
good. Glad you're gone.
I was in a chat room. I was a member of a group talking about.
I'll be right back.
Talking about paranormal shit. The paranormal shit group. Okay. But in this group, people would argue about political things. And one time, one of the mods from this place, one of the head mods of this place, was complaining on main, like in general chat. Okay, and so they're complaining about their life. And this is what they said. They said that they were trans, and that their family wouldn't pay for their surgeries and medical expenses for transition. Their parents took a firm stance and said, you know, we'll take care of you for other things, but we do not want any of our money being used for your surgical pursuits. It's, you know, this is what they said. The parent was like, you're still our kid, and we'll help you out. You can still live here at home, but we're not going to pay for any of that stuff, any of that trans stuff. We're not paying for that, right? And so this person, again, a mod in this community, was complaining in general about how awful their parents were, right? And I kind of saw this, right? And so I stepped in because I said, okay, so I said, how old are you again? And they said 25, and this is what I said. And again, like, from my perspective is, how do I help you get what you want? That's what I was talking about, right? So they said they're 25, and I said, okay, well, first off, your parents have a different point of view on this. So your parents are not obligated to pay for and support things they don't agree with. Now, that being said, your best bet is to get a job, work hard, make money, and then pay for the stuff that you want, your self-transformation stuff, to pay for that yourself. Because what else is there? Waifu Blaster, thank you for the sub. What other route is there? Am I wrong? If you actually wanted that, isn't that the best way to do it? And you want to know what they said? You, Leaflet, are the reason that so many trans people die. You are the reason for all of the trans hate in this world, and I got banned. So think of it from my point of view. Am I supposed to appreciate that? Because when you create situations like this, and like, this isn't like a special thing, like this, I mean, I can point to several examples, Hogwarts Legacy being one of the big examples of it.
Wow, yeah, that's so sad, bro. That's so sad that happened to you, damn. Yeah, why I left the left, a trans person got mad at me because I told them to bootstrap. Yeah, great, bro. In all seriousness, Leaflet is, to my knowledge, a notorious transphobe. Okay, maybe she wasn't back then. Maybe, but her opinions on trans people have changed. She has, in the past... I'm not fucking making this shit up. This is what I heard. And I saw some evidence of this. Although I haven't heard her speak about it. Okay, so the messages could have been fake. I don't know. But apparently Leaflet was trying to get children into her Discord. Sorry, actually, let me rephrase, okay? She may not have been going out of her way to try and get children to join the Discord, but she wanted children to join her Discord community so that she could, show them the light about trans identity. Okay, because what she said is, trans people are groomers. Okay, so we need to protect the kids. We need to take it in the opposite direction. Okay, like, they're transing the kids. We gotta make sure that the kids are never trans. Okay, that's what... And that is so insane, dog. Now, apparently, she stopped doing that, and she was like, actually, that was wrong, and she, like, stopped allowing children to join her Discord server. You know, because it's a fucking like political, and the thing is too, they had an NSFW channel as well, and she stopped allowing that. Okay, like they don't have that at all anymore. But there was like basically they allowed children in the Discord, but they couldn't view the NSFW channel. But like it was still there. Okay, do you understand? And like that's kind of strange, Leaflet. Okay, I don't know. Now, okay, you know, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, bruh. And I heard this because I was looking into the Nux Taco shit. And I just so happened to find a video from a YouTuber that like was also transphobic, but was criticizing Leaflet for this behavior because it's weird. Okay, like yeah, of course anybody would find that shit weird. Even most transphobes are like, what the fuck? Like, no, you shouldn't indoctrinate children that aren't yours, that aren't in your family. What the fuck?
This happened on a bigger scale, right?
It's crazy.
What do you expect anyone to go? That is like more reasonable on the topic. People that aren't like 100% captured by what we have to say. Where do you expect them to go?
Yeah, Leaflet.
Am I wrong? They own goals themselves constantly.
Yeah. You forced me to be transphobic because you got mad at me because like, dude, look. Oh my god. Sometimes people they say things and it's like, you know, like, oh, my parents won't pay for my surgery and I'm trans, like they won't pay for my trans surgery. If somebody says that to me, I'm not hearing that. Like when if somebody were to say that to me, that's not what I would hear. Okay, what I'm hearing is my parents don't support my trans identity. Okay, that's how a person that says that feels, I think. I suspect. Okay. And so I would just be like, you know, that's kind of fucked up. Have you like talked to them about, but like, you know, my recommendation is always to communicate. Right? So like a person that says something like that, you don't want to feed into like discourse, but like you don't want to sow discourse between a person and their parents. And I understand that, Leaflet. You know, maybe that was your motivation at the time for telling them that. You know, you don't want them to be pissed off at their parents, especially if they depend on them still. That can create problems for the person. So, you know, I would always recommend, like, you know, if you feel like your parents don't support you in your identity, talk to them about it. And then if they admit it, fuck them. You know? Wait, sorry, wrong message. Alright. Hey, it happens. It happens, bro. You can't delete it, though.
That's honestly like that's honestly our blessing. To be honest, our blessing is that they destroy their own people. Like,
yeah, but anyway, Leaflet didn't. Leaflet was not equipped to talk to this person about that because she's not like emotionally. Trans people are too different, right? That's the way she sees them. Okay, to me, trans people are just regular fucking people. They're just people. The only thing that makes them somewhat different is their trans identity. But, like, that's barely fucking anything. It's barely anything. Like, people blow it way out of proportion. Okay? And so, that's why, if a person says something like that to me, I'm not gonna think about it like, well, who is responsible for paying for your surgery? Like, you know, if it's a person in my Discord or a friend that I know personally, I'm gonna think about it like, what is this person really saying? You know, what are they really talking about? Anyway,
they destroy anybody that's on their side. That is like even like 1 degree away from them. They destroy them completely. So that's on the bright side, they're self-destructive. It's so absurd. It's funny. It is. It really is.
From it, with so much to say against it, right? But the fact is that it is a.
as a person independent leaning right now, I agree hugely on immigration. As a person who's bringing his wife over via marriage visa, I want everyone to go through the legal process to come to America legally. And if you are here legally, you have to go home and file to come back illegally. I completely agree on that. And the trans issue actually drives me insane because I have common sense and logic to know that there are only two genders. You know what, like, to be honest, what I think about that is it's just really like, who cares? Like, if you want to be like, you know, I'm just gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna be whatever, and I'm just gonna
the libertarian approach.
Like, okay, just do it then. You know, like, I just don't get it. Why
okay, that's what they doing. That's what trans people be doing. What the fuck? Okay, just do it then? Well, yeah. That's what they're trying to do. But when you make that decision, when you say like, oh, I'm trans, I want to transition, you know, it's like, it's other people find your identity to be problematic. They don't like that. They don't like that you're trans. That's the problem. And you can say, just ignore them. You know, I'm somewhat guilty of saying that in the past. You know, look, transphobes are fucking insane. They are insane. They are militant. They are aggressive. Especially in online spaces. Okay, but they get it in real life too. So, like, you're not really safe anywhere. Okay, and when you're a trans person, it's especially important to be online so you can talk to other trans people. So, they're so anti-trans because they can't accept the fact that a trans turns them on. Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me, bro. Yo, I need to wait, hold on. Let me try to find it. Wait, give me a second. So, apparently, I'm not gonna react to the whole video, but apparently, Leaflet's mom, Asari, that's her, like, online handle, she has this other username that, she has this other username that's very unique, and anyway, it was, you know, linked to a Pornhub account that, you know, looked at, that, like, subscribed to a lot of trans content. Interesting. So, basically, her mom has this username that, hold on, here it is. I found the video, hold on. I'm just gonna skip I only watched, like, half of this video.
Today,
this is...
Leaflet told me. And I don't necessarily agree with this opinion. This is just what she told me the mindset was. They don't want kids to go to Discord servers.
Yeah,
that,
this
like,
is what I was talking about.
Trans individuals and trans ideologies. And they would like to educate kids better.
I know my whole point
educate kids better.
You can't just entirely wash your hands of everything in spaces.
Okay, hold on. There are so many different conservatives with scandals messing with people of the LGBT or underage. It arouses them, yet won't go public about it. I've seen so many trans men that amazes me when I find out they were born a woman. Do they really want a trans man in a woman's bathroom? Fuck no, they don't. Conservatives always have some criminal past. I mean, it's true. I can admit that trans men are very attractive, even though I think I'm gay. Yeah, I think you're still gay, bro.
Well, it's the parents' fault, but deliberately welcoming minors so they'll be with you so you can teach them about trans stuff is a creepy extreme in the other direction.
That's true.
You know,
That's true, it is.
Could have done about them. I'm not going to read that. The worst in a bunch of places. I reached out with a tweet and via Mama Occo, and it was...
Oh, here it is.
He could be seen in there talking to another person who claims to be a minor like this. No, I am not going to read that. The worst of what I saw being tolerated had a very distinctly LGBT flavor to it in there. And then I find out about how Leaflet's mom Asari used to use a very, very unique username in a bunch.
I am straight, just friendly, nothing wrong with kissing the homies. Alright.
Places. I reached out with a tweet and via Mama Akko, and it was confirmed that that is Asari's old username. It's also the username of a Pornhub account that for the last 8 years has really been liking trans people. Leaflet and her mother deny that that account is hers.
They deny it.
Username. So, you know, just
okay. So for the last 8 years, but they deny it, even though they were nobodies 8 years ago. It was a joke. Also, who the fuck names themselves Asari? Sounds like some type of Muslim name. I don't know about that, but I don't know. I don't know what it's a reference to. I figured it was a reference to something, but I don't know. But dude, listen to this shit.
Username in a bunch of places.
Sorry that this guy's voice sounds like that. I don't like that. That is not a voice for radio, bro. This is the kind of person that thinks they have a voice for radio, but they don't got a voice for radio though. Wait, so what did her mom do again? Listen.
Reached out with a tweet and via Mama Akko, and it was confirmed that that is Asari's old username.
Okay, Mama Akko is her. It was confirmed that that is a username her mom used.
It's also
in the
the
past.
username of a Pornhub account that for the last 8 years has really been liking trans people. Leaflet and her mother deny that that account is hers.
Okay, now is Leaflet's mom into trans porn? I don't think so. What I think is that they shared a username. LOL, how the fuck did that get leaked? Somebody figured it out. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, look. It'd be your own. It really do, bro. The killer is inside the house. The phone call is coming from inside the house. Okay, look. I don't think her mom is like kind of, you know, old. Okay, she's like middle-aged. I don't think her mom is like into trans. They probably shared the username and then she used it on Pornhub. Okay, that's my theory anyway. That's just a game theory. Okay, but like I think that her mom should just come out and like admit it was her to spare her daughter the embarrassment, bro. That she should just lie. She should be like, yeah, it was me. It was me. I'm really into trans people. It's a guilty pleasure. Anyway, all right, back to the main video.
People's perception. It's so fucking weird.
By the way, look. Take what we just heard. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. I haven't looked into it. I just saw that video. I clicked on it. Interesting stuff. I'm trying to understand the bathroom point of view. Most parents won't let their young child use a public restroom unless it's for one person. If it's a shared restroom, the parent is usually with them. I don't know. I'm not a parent. I don't think so. No, I mean, when I was a kid, I think I used public restrooms by myself. But like, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Because look, you're accepting what. Donut, hear me out, man. I'm not gonna finger wag you, but remember what I was talking about earlier with the framing. You may not realize it, but you are accepting the right-wing framing. Okay, when you say like most parents join their child in the bathroom. Okay, that's not the problem. The problem isn't like, are the kids safe in the bathroom? Okay, the trans people are not groomers in the first place. They are not. Okay, so it's not about like is the child like safe? Like the answer is yes, they are safe unless a Republican is in the bathroom with them. Then they may be in danger. Okay, unless a legacy Democrat or Republican is in the bathroom with them. That was different. The 90s was a different time. What the 90s? What about the 90s? Oh, anyway, look, man. Again, I don't, you know, I'm not gonna like hound you over it, but you have to be careful about this stuff, okay? Because like sometimes when it comes to like conservatives and the way they argue about this shit in the bathrooms and whatnot, you have to reject the premise, right? You can't get. Sometimes it's okay to be defensive. It's okay to get on the defensive. With an issue like that, though, you know, no, because once you start being defensive about it, you're accepting what they are presenting as truth, okay, which is that trans people are groomers. Oh, you're 24 to 25, you didn't experience that? Yeah, I mean, I am, neither did, you're not that old. You're not that old, you're like 5 seconds older than me. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I don't know. And this is why, like, this whole goth thing is based. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just gonna dress like them, just like a fucking vampire if I want. Don't care.
Nasty, toxic, prickly, reprehensible construct with these narcissists in positions of
Yeah,
power
it's so
that start to
based.
dictate, especially to men, how they should operate, what they should say, and why they should agree. And usually the why is because I told you so, and you're a man. And as a man, you are intrinsically bad, innately bad.
No, see, nobody fucking says this. Nobody on the left fucking says this. It's just, like, nobody says men are bad. Who the fuck is saying that? Like, first of all, I don't even think this was ever the reality, but we are not in 2016 anymore. Okay, like, the feminazis, it's not a thing. Alright, again, I don't think there were ever really that many liberals, libbed up people that were like that were like, fuck all men. You know, genuinely. But anyway, what leftists do say is that as a man, you have certain privilege. That doesn't mean you're bad. That just means you have privilege. That's it. Okay, you know, just
there was no.
And it's important to recognize. I'm not gonna get into why all right now, okay, because we're not really talking about that. But like, you know, men, if you are a man on the left, you have no reason to feel attacked ever, okay? Because it just doesn't really fucking happen. If it does happen to you, if somebody is like, you're bad because you're a man, okay, they're a fucking idiot. Yeah, they suck. Okay, whatever. Oh well. Now I'm gonna be a ultra nationalist, based, racist. Why? Why did leftists do this to me?
Do it. Actually, I saw some really cool dragon clothing recently. There was like this like dress that was like dragon themed. It was fucking sick. I might get it.
By lonely young men.
Cool story, bro.
Affected by this.
Why do we care? We're not gonna see it. You don't. You're a VTuber. I don't care about your fashion. What are you gonna put it on your little stupid fucking avatar? Is that what you're gonna do? Cool.
This epidemic. They are susceptible to this alt-right pipeline, because out of all of the groups that currently exist within civilized Western society, they are the most disenfranchised. They are the most shat on. It is mainstream. It is the only group that's not protected. White men, they're the only group that aren't protected. You can do daytime mainstream television shitting on men as much as you want.
Poor white men, bro. White men, they got it so hard. Oh my life. Oh, it's so hard. Well, you may not accept this response, but we gotta leave it to you, Gen Z, to change the world. Sorry, but it's true. Aren't you Gen Z? The fuck, you're like if you're not, you're like barely not, bro. The fuck do you mean I gotta change the world? What the fuck are you talking about, man? We're all in this shit together. You don't get to tap out. You don't get the fucking bit. Oh, well, you know, nothing I can do, you know, good luck, guys. You know, no, man, like, we're all on the same team, okay? Does that make sense? I'm sorry, Donut, I hear this a lot from you, and I don't want to be an asshole, okay? But, like, sometimes you have a very defeatist attitude, okay? I don't like that. That's actually kind of antithetical to what I believe. I'm on my copium era, okay? I'm hope-pilled. Well, you may not accept the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a millennium. I'm a millennium. Okay. All right. Well, you're like on the border. Okay, you're on the millennium border. Dude, I'm poor, black, and kind of gay. I'm literally a triple threat. Hey, even better. Even better. Hey, why not add a fourth thing onto it? Okay, communist. You can be a poor, black, gay communist. That would be awesome. Okay, commie. All right, I'm not a commie, but all right, I'm a Maoist third worldist. Look it up. I'm a fucking Maoist third worldist, bitch.
Man,
Don't call me a commie.
White men only. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, I was calling myself a commie? Oh, okay. Okay. Communist! Yo, somebody call up the House Committee. Somebody call up McCarthy.
TV shows.
Yo,
movies,
dig him up.
Video games.
Dig him out of his grave.
It's on social media.
It's on social media.
It's on Blue Sky. It's everywhere. It's the most normalized group that everybody gets to shit on day in, day out, and the only group who's expected to take it because they are being taught that they are intrinsically...
Dude, I get so shit on every day, bro. Every day I get shit on by the woke-tards because of my white maleness. If I were calling you one, I would have added a comma, okay, commie. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, comma, I see, my bad. Yeah, hey, look, you're welcome to the club, bro. Welcome. You are now a domestic terrorist, globalist, jihadist. That's what you are.
Evil. And there's nothing they can do about it. What did you expect was going to happen? With a group like this that is so mercilessly attacked as a mainstream thing, it's a mainstream concept to attack white men. What the f did you think was going to happen? Oh, the alt-right pipeline strikes again. You built it.
It's true, yeah. That makes
The
total
left
sense.
built it. They made it.
Yeah, it's the same argument over and over again. Guys, leftists were mean to me, so now we're racist. Okay, yeah, cool. Well, you're wrong. You're wrong for that, okay? If a liberal finger wags you in very smarmy fashion, that is not a reason to become a racist. To become an extreme racist. It's not. It blows my fucking mind that they're still saying this shit, man. I can't stand it. Like they've been saying this shit for so long, and then we say, well, that's not like a reason to be alt-right. That's not a valid reason because a leftist was mean to you. What? Huh? You're gonna hate me for saying this, but I could snipe people and get away. I would, let's be honest. Did the world actually change once Kirk died? If that guy on screen died, would we riot over him? We need more assassins. Yeah, no, I do not agree with you. I do not agree with you, bro. No, look, violent revolution, you know, if that's the road we go down, hey, you know, that's what we call accelerationism, okay? And that is a way to make change very quickly, but I don't think we really need to fucking do that, okay? That is, that's what I believe, okay? You know, my bad, I don't want to, actually do terrorism. Nazis kill, how can we protect ourselves? Well, you know, I'll tell you what I'm doing if a Nazi comes to lynch me, okay? I'm gonna blast him in the head with a gun. Blow, blow, blow. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, if you don't believe me, that, like the way that a lot of leftists view this topic is you're either working in the system or you're working out of the system, and working in the system is bad, and working outside of the system is good, and it's not a binary like that, okay? Great change has come out of America through non-violent means, non-violent methods, and it wasn't enough. It's never enough. That's the point. Okay, we need to keep doing it. We need more civil rights. Okay, then sniping should be condoned? Jacob, we can't reason with him. Either join us or don't. These people probably have kids. Do you want them to be little Nazis? Agree with me? I believe that most of these people cannot be reasoned with. Yeah. That's why I advocate for re-education camps. Okay? The ones that we can't convince through rhetoric, they need to be psychologically evaluated. Okay? The way I see it, no. Why no? Why? They need to die? That is insanity. That is insanity, bro. That is... Look, no good is going to come of this. Well, then I'm insane. Yeah. I mean, if you have a... I think, even at this point, even with everything we're seeing, if you, like, have routine, violent fantasies, then, yeah, I think that you should seek a medical professional. Okay. Now, I've talked about this before. I have had violent fantasies. Okay, I think it's normal. I think in moderation it's normal. Okay. And there's a difference between various violent fantasies, like you know, sometimes you imagine violence and it's not because of desire, it's because of like, you know, running simulations in your head. Humans do. Like if you're holding a baby and you imagine like throwing the baby on the floor or something, you know, that is that, you know, that you would, if you imagine that and then you feel disgusted, okay, that's completely normal and it happens. Okay. So that is what it's called. Yeah, I have those weird image of tying people up and enjoying them screaming. Yeah, these are called intrusive thoughts. Okay. And it happens to everybody. It's uncomfortable. People don't really like talking about it. You know, it especially affects people that have vivid imaginations. Okay, but if it happens too much, you might want to consider talking to a therapist or a trusted loved one about it, maybe. I mean, maybe not actually. They might not be equipped to talk about that with you. But anyway, that's not really what we're talking about here. You know, that kind of thing, like the baby thing. You know, I've had violent fantasies about my ideological opponents, particularly Tucker Carlson. There was this other guy recently, and he was talking about the Iraq War, and it pissed me off a lot. I really didn't like it. And anyway, you know, what's important is that you don't act on it. You may have a desire to hurt others. You just have to stay rational. Okay? Harming others is not going to help anything. It's not going to help them, obviously, and it's not going to help you either. And it's not going to help society. It's not going to help anyone. Okay? Charlie Kirk got assassinated, and he was an evil Nazi racist. Okay? He was. But, like, what did killing him do? We got the Kirkified memes. Okay, great. Like, those were kind of funny. They're still kind of funny. Maybe a little less so now. Nazis won't get any sympathy from me. Exactly, he was a Nazi and we eliminated him. We need more of that. Yeah, no we don't. No we don't, because we're going to see more retaliatory violence against people like me. Leftist political commentators. And furthermore, like, killing Charlie Kirk didn't do anything. That's my point, man. It did nothing. We got the Kirk memes. That's it. We got like the stupid fucking conservatives morally grandstanding and being like, I'm Charlie Kirk, and it's just stupid. It's stupid, it's annoying. Nobody likes it. goddamn, I'm sick of hearing about Charlie Kirk, man. I'm sorry, like, we hear about him way more now that he's dead. Okay, like, yeah, he was kind of annoying when he was alive, too. But, like, at least I would go a few weeks or months without fucking listening to him or hearing him. Now it's fucking all the time, okay? It's all the time. It's every week. OMG, Jacob, I'm not being funny. My brain, the brain fully develops around 25, so why are we so hateful then? It's bullshit. Yeah, look. Charlie Kirk dying, it did nothing. It did nothing except, like, galvanize some people, kinda. But, like, really, my prediction about what would happen was correct, okay? I predicted, that for many months, Charlie Kirk, there would be memes, and then everybody would kind of move on, and they would fucking forget about him, okay? And I think that's still what's gonna happen, okay? Just wait, like, a year from now, nobody's gonna fucking think about Charlie Kirk, nobody's gonna talk about him. He's gonna be forgotten, okay? As it should be. We're all just dust in the wind, after all. Sorry, that was a Deadpool line, LMAO. Oh, my bad. I didn't get sick reference, bro. I mean, we got rid of him and there's no war. That cute Italian guy killed that CEO and nothing happened. Someone tried to shoot Trump and no war. Yeah, Trump, dude, they put ketchup on his ear. They put fucking ketchup on his ear, dude. You said it was real. I thought it was. When did I say that? When it happened, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was real when it happened. I don't think that shit anymore. Okay, hell no. Hell no. Once the video came out where they the angle where you could see the guy ushering the reporters over to get the fucking pictures, and they lowered the flag too. Yeah, no, it's once the alternate angles came out, it was obvious, obviously a setup. Yeah, I don't know how they planned it. I don't know if the kid was in on it, and they just like killed him. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. It's weird, man. It's weird. Because if the kid wasn't in on it, then how did they know that Trump wouldn't get murdered? Or unless they had like a deflector field, they had like some technology we don't know about. No way someone missed a fat-ass old white man. That's another thing. Like, apparently the kid was in a rifle club. So, like, how did he miss? It wasn't, like, a really crazy shot, I don't think. I don't know. I could be remembering it wrong. But, like, it wasn't that far. You know, somebody with his rifle and his training probably should have been able to hit Trump. You know, anyway, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Maybe they mind controlled him. I don't know. Maybe they like MK Ultra'd the kid. Who knows, man.
As a necessity.
Anyway.
To escape them. It needed to be
back
made.
to this.
If they were as all-inclusive, as tolerant, and as understanding as they like to say they are.
You want to know another thing? Like, I'm just gonna say the quiet part out loud. The other thing is a lot of these people, they'll straight up say shit like, yo, we need to import more immigrants just to get rid of, like, you know, there's just too many white people and just, like, flood them out. And then, like, any time that there's a situation where, like...
Who says that? There's some people that say that. Who? What? Yeah, if you see someone that says, like, we need to genocide white people, we need to actually do white replacement, it's a Fed, bro. It's a CIA agent, okay? I'm telling you.
White people are no longer the majority. Then you hear, like...
Just like how a lot of the, like, extreme racists are Feds, okay? The guys that say the quiet part out loud, yeah. But, like, the difference is that the leftist ideology is antithetical to ethnic cleansing. And white replacement, it's not real, okay? It's not a real thing. I am not saying it is real. But if it were, that's ethnic cleansing. Okay? So, when you see somebody advocate for ethnic cleansing, they are not a leftist. They are not. It is completely antithetical to any leftist ideology. All of them. Just like nationalism. That's it.
All the fucking clapping. She's like, wait, what the fuck is that? What? What are you talking about? Right? And it's like they do that, and then they'll do that, right? And then they'll tell you like, oh, wow, are you spreading a conspiracy theory? Like, you literally just fucking said that. What are you talking about? You're the ones that are celebrating it. What do you mean it's a conspiracy theory? Right? Oh no, that's not what we meant at all. Well, what could it possibly mean then? It's fucking crazy. And
do you have an example? Do you have, like, I don't know, image, screenshot, DMs, something? Just trust me, bro. Just trust. There are people that say this. Who? Are there people that, like, jokingly say, like, yeah, white replacement is real and it's awesome? Nobody that says white replacement is awesome genuinely thinks that it's actually happening. Because it's fucking not happening. It's not. Okay, like, what I said earlier is true. There's a demographic shift in America because of the military-industrial complex. Okay, but it's not white replacement. It's not white replacement. It's fucking not. Okay, white people aren't going anywhere. And even if that were happening, even if, like, white people were being replaced by this process, it's not, the intent is not to replace white people. It is to exploit the global south.
Do this, they say it out loud. And then if you question it, they're like, oh, are you like some kind of conspiracy theorist, like white supremacist, huh? I was like, wait a minute. You guys are the ones that were talking about this and about how awesome it was. And you guys are the ones
So do you believe it, Leaflet? Do you think that white replacement is real? The answer is yes, you do, because you are a racist neoconservative. That's it.
that are saying it's a good thing.
Then the alt-right pipeline would not exist, and yet it does, abundantly.
And it's like, where do you think this was gonna go? Do you think people are gonna be like, yeah, oh yeah, finally, you know, it's not even like, let's like move it away from race. We can do that. We can move it away from race. We need to get rid of this American culture, this sort of like, you know, Western American culture. We need to get rid of that, and we can do that by like importing more people that aren't that. I was like, why the fuck would we agree to this? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why would we be okay with it? Why would we be okay? And then they get all surprised when you're like, okay, you know what? If that's how it is, shutting it all down. And they're like, wait, but you can't do that. Why would you do this? And it's like they're the ones who fucking started this every time.
Built the entire pipeline with extensions and extra pipelines.
But they're not though. But they're not. Look, here's the way it works, Leaflet. Right-wing people, they say white people are being replaced. Okay, and then normal people see that and they're like, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. And then leftists, some of them, are like, oh yeah, it is real and it's awesome. And we love it, and they're fucking with you, man. They are fucking, and you're falling for it. You're falling for it because it's convenient to your narrative or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe you're genuinely that stupid.
More lanes added so that more men can leave. They're making their own enemies, their own opposition, because they're so reprehensible. And the only reason why the left hate it so much, the only reason...
Sorry, I'm pausing again, but you can kind of see this in a small, like a kind of microcosm, like it's not really micro, but on a non-national level, you can see this happening in California. Dude, California is so fucking close to just total fuck. Because California is blaming everybody else for all of their shit. They're blaming Trump for all of their gas shit. Meanwhile, like, double the average gas tax nationwide. California's double the average, right? And they're like, oh, it's because of Trump. Like, we don't have, gas is so expensive because of Trump. And they try to pretend like it has nothing to do with their fucking tax systems, right? Anyway, all of that is happening. And they're like, you know what? We need more money. Let's take it from the rich people. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a wealth tax. One by one, all of the rich people are going to start leaving. And all of the tax money that those people bring through all of their jobs, everything that they do.
It's so fucking stupid, man. No, that's not how this shit works, okay? And that's not what we are advocating for as leftists, okay? The reason why is because rich people, the richest in society, their money is not liquid. It's tied up in assets, okay? They own property, they own businesses. That's what needs to be taxed. That's what needs to be taxed. And we already have a mechanism for doing this. It's called property tax. And if you own your home, you have to pay it. We all gotta pay it. okay? But rich people can own businesses and they don't gotta pay taxes on that shit. They do not have to pay taxes on their speculative assets, but we do. We have to pay taxes on our homes, okay? Do you understand? It's fucked up, okay? They should be paying that shit. It's not fair. But anyway, you know, wealth tax, whatever you want to call it, yeah, oh, they're gonna leave. Good. Good. I hope they fucking leave. What the fuck do rich people do for us? They sit on their asses. Look, in the past, I've talked about this before in my professional career. I am a network engineer. I have also been in IT. Okay? And look, when you're in IT, you get to read emails. Okay? Look, I never did anything illegal. I never looked at people's I never logged into anyone's account. That would be, you know, a security breach, of course. But I've worked at companies that have email servers where they store all the emails. And the reason that IT people need access is for security reasons. So you can monitor what's coming in, what's going out. Some stuff gets flagged and you need to manually review it. But anyway, my point is, I see the emails. I know what these fucking people do. These executives, these corporate officers. And color me surprised, they don't fucking do anything. They do nothing. Okay, I know, shocking. Everybody's surprised by it. Yeah, they don't do anything. Okay, like, you know, say what you will about white-collar workers. They sit at a desk, they type emails, okay, they, like, fill out documents. At least they do shit. You wanna know what CEOs do? They go to meetings, and they talk to other CEOs and other rich people about how to fuck everyone over most efficiently, most effectively. Okay, that's what they talk about. That's what they do. That's their job. So I say, yeah, if they want to look, if they want to stick around, you know, fine. If we're taxing them, I don't care. Okay, if they leave though, oh no, oh. But anyway, even if we were to start heavily taxing rich people, America is like, you know, it's no Ireland, okay, but like this is a good place for rich people to be. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is. Relative to the rest of the world. Okay, like they get good deals being here. They get good deals on American labor. Okay, especially with the immigrant underclass. Okay, like none of this shit is going anywhere. It's just like we could do a little bit of wealth tax and put that towards our education system. Okay, infrastructure reform. We could abolish prisons and reform prisons. Okay, abolish the current prison system and take a more reformist approach to the prison system. That would solve a lot of problems in society. Like, it would. And I would fucking die on that hill. I'd debate anyone about it. Any of you dumbasses that... And, like, people will be in my comments. You can look. And they'll be like, you want the rich people to leave? That's gonna destroy our economy. Like, are you sure about that? Are you sure? How? What the fuck do rich people do? What do they do? Nobody can... When I ask that question... Because that's the question, okay? If you're gonna say, like, oh, rich people, they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave, and then they're not gonna be here anymore. Well, okay. So, what do they do? What do they do, bruh? Oh, they invest their money. No, they don't. They hoard their money. That's why they're rich. What? No, man, like, it's not there is no argument that, like, it just, and that's why they can't answer it. Like, I am begging the question, okay? I'm always begging this question with these people. Like, what do they do? What do rich people do? You say they're so important? You say we need them here? Why? Like, I can tell you why we need construction workers, right? They build the buildings. They pour the concrete. I can tell you why we need white-collar workers, okay? Bureaucrats. They write in the margins, right? They fucking do paperwork. Okay, that's something. Like, we need bureaucracy to some extent. You know, I think there's a little bit too much bureaucracy in our system in certain ways, certain institutions. Okay, but you know, they're doing something. Okay, rich people. I don't know. What do they do? I don't know, man.
Their overregulation, overtaxation, but California also
overregulation.
All they do is blame other people and keep going their course of high taxes and high entitlement, right? It's only a matter of time before it all fucking collapses, because now that they've got to the point that businesses are leaving, the businesses that are creating the value in these communities, they're leaving, and then the rich people who are paying like the highest amount of taxes, they're leaving. So everything's
no. Yeah. California's on the brink of collapse, bro. That's why it's the fucking 5th largest economy on the planet, or maybe 4th actually. I might.
It's gonna be crazy.
Just California, by the way. Only like. These people, the reason that they say this shit is because of visible poverty. Okay? California has a lot of homeless people. Okay? And when you walk around, you see the homeless people and you think, wow, this place sucks. Wow, look at all this crime. Okay? That's what visible poverty does. Okay? It makes people think this place has lots of crime. It's a shithole. California is extremely productive. That, like I said, they are the 4th or 5th, one of the two, largest economy on the fucking planet. That's crazy. Okay, so like California is an economic powerhouse. And they pay more into the system as a state. That California pays more to the federal government than they get from benefits. They're called a donor state. That's what that means. Okay, so they're literally carrying this country on their backs. Okay, that's it. Okay, and it's because, if you're wondering how California's economy is so big, it's because of their agriculture industry. There's several industries out of California. I don't know all of them off the top of my head, okay? But you got agriculture, you got Silicon Valley. I'm sure there are multiple others, okay? But that's just what I know of off the top of my head. But it's true, okay? California is huge. Their economy is huge. It's not slowing down, okay? Not more than the rest of the country, okay? It's not gonna fucking collapse. You are delusional.
Honestly.
Why they're...
Thank you to Google. Thank you so much for the bits, and thank you to Brosef as well for the 500. What is Oshi? Oshi's like, it's like a Japanese like otaku like nerd term for like bae. You know the word, like bae, like before all else. It's like that. It's like my favorite.
Trying to devalue and dismiss anyone who decides to find themselves going through this pipeline. The reason why is because men with a sense of self-worth are the ultimate threat to their entire regime. The only thing standing between any of these left...
Oh, it's so cringe, bro.
Thank you for that. That kicks Brosef again. I guess you're my Oshi then, Mo. Thank you. No, it's like modern nerd terms. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jaden Iron Wolf as well for the 100. They make men's spaces hostile to men. Men leave. Look at the alt-right pipeline. Exactly.
Any of these leftists and total domination of Western civilization are white men. It's the only thing. You have to think, why were white men so mercilessly and exclusively attacked? Why just them? What was that about? Why did they do this? It's because we're the only threat to their superiority, to their success, to their victory. We're the only thing that could potentially stand in the way. A confident, strong man, a masculine, strong man, an assertive man, telling women to shut the fuck up, a
You- you want-
metaphorical bitch.
You want to know
Telling
the
women
irony
to
of this
shut the
entire thing?
fuck up.
This is the irony. Is that
He
still
he
feel
is
like-
gay.
this is the irony of the whole thing? Because if they didn't need
Yeah, no shit, man. Okay, anyway, this guy is fucking gay. Okay, like, hold on, let me get a replay on that. Let me get a replay real
Success to their
quick.
victory with the only thing that could potentially stand in the way.
Strong men,
a masculine strong man,
masculine,
assertive man,
assertive.
telling women to shut the fuck up. A
Yeah,
metaphorical
Yeah, shut up, bitch. Yeah, yeah. You all busted up ass whore.
Bitch.
You wanna know
Yeah.
the irony of this entire thing? This is the irony.
Oh my god.
Is that they still need the white man. This is the irony of the whole thing. Because if they didn't need the white man, then they would just do the thing wherever they're from.
Wow.
think about that?
Got him.
If you didn't need the white people,
They would just do the thing wherever they're from. Leaflet 2026. Look, yo, somebody write that down. Write that down. Quote that. Leaflet 2026. They need the white men because they otherwise they would do the thing where they're from. Yeah, yeah, bro.
Then why don't
Dude, I can't
Because
fucking
the
do
white
this
people
shit.
just-
I can't do. I
just do
cannot.
wherever they're from.
This shit is driving me
If you didn't need
insane.
the white people, if you didn't need America, then why don't you just fix the shit on your side?
slap.
If you didn't need the American culture, then what are you doing? Like, think about it.
Think about it.
That was the only
I'm
thing
thinking
they
it. I'm
really
thinking
think
about
about
it, bro.
I mean, probably do now.
I'm
Stop
doing
believing
it.
Their own bullshit, smell their own farts. They wanted us to believe this because with us out of the way, they were then allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted, and they did, and they have been, and we let them. This is why. This is why there is this alt-right pipeline, because they made it, and this is why they're trying so hard to devalue it and dismiss it and shame it. Because ultimately that means more men are discovering their self-worth. The more men do this, the more
They need the white men. They need the white men, but they need them to be subservient. That's what the whole power structure was created for. It really is. If you look at it, if you look at the kind of NPC zombies, there's a lot of white men that basically bend the knee, and they're like, yes, you know, like. And this is why you see like.
Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm the woke. I'm the white man, woke tard.
Take a knee and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
really what it is. It's like pledging fealty to them because they need.
Yeah,
they need
bro.
them.
tell leftists.
Yeah,
this is what
dude,
you're doing.
I'm so beholden to all of the ball steppers, all the feminazis, dude. They're stepping all over my penis 24/7, bro. That's what's happening.
Up, get in the way
dude.
of their domination, of them owning and controlling everything.
Steve.
And do you know what women do whenever they control and own everything? I mean, this Spanish girl actually managed to explain it pretty well.
Supuesto. Ojalá, teoría del reemplazo, ojalá podamos barrer de fachas y de racistas este país con gente migrante, con
Jeez.
gente trabajadora. Claro que yo quiero que haya reemplazo.
There it is, fellas.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. You remember how I said that
Yeah,
they
man.
get mad if you talk about any sort of replacement thing, but then they actually say it themselves. They say it themselves, and then you're like, wait a minute, what did you say? And they're like, wow, are you like a conspiracy theorist or something? Are you peddling like racist conspiracy theory? I was like, wait a minute, but you just fucking said that. Well, are you? Are you a racist? No, let's talk about what you said. Are you a racist though? Does your mom know you're a racist? Right? It's like, it's so freaking ridiculous.
There's critical mass.
It's crazy.
There's the end of the road. We were shamed so hard to sit down, shut up, think about what
The answer is yes, man. If you believe in white replacement conspiracies, yeah, you're a fucking racist. Okay, if you're a leftist and you say that shit, yeah, you're a fucking racist. Okay, that's it. If you believe that the brown people are invading our country to replace white people, that is what are we talking about, dude? Yes, that is a racist conspiracy theory. Huh? Dude, I don't know. What are we doing, man? What is happening?
while they went ahead and spiraled out of control, and then not in their moment of not knowing what the hell to do with themselves, literally just threw everything away and screamed about it while they were doing it. Now, how about we talk about the alt-left pipeline real quick? Because we know about the alt-right pipeline, don't we? This is a thing that we're familiar with. I've talked about it the last who knows how long. What about the alt-left pipeline?
What is
Let's talk
that?
about that.
What is
I'll
the
take this one.
alt-left pipeline? What is that?
It's for groomers. Yeah.
Damn.
For children, actually.
That's true.
It's for those who want to groom children. As well as, narcissists. They're also pretty attracted to the
Those are
alt-left
the
pipeline.
necromancers.
But groomers also
So the leftists are the groomers. The extreme leftist are the I thought it was like gay trans people. Now it's just all left. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the logical conclusion. No, but unironically, the real groomers in this country are Republicans, Christians, you know, specifically, like, when I say Christians, I mean, like, people in positions of authority. Okay, preachers, priest. That's it.
To really
Narcissists, sociopaths, the necromancers, the stuff.
Also
Love the
Israelis.
pipeline. You want to talk about
Can't
something
forget about
nefarious?
Israelis.
You want to talk about something that's despicable beyond all understanding? The alt-left pipeline attracts groomers of minors. You don't believe me? Shall I run through some examples? Because I have some. Pride parading.
Thank you for the generosity. Thank
Butt
you.
naked. In public. In front of children. That's
Drag
not a
queen
right
story
thing to do.
hour. Like, there's so many
That's not
cases
an
of these.
alt-right thing to do.
Drag for
That's
kids.
almost exclusive. That's exclusively left. Not almost. That's
Books
exclusively
about fucking sucking dick in kids, like libraries.
leftist.
Safe butt sex.
That's their thing. The sort of leather dog masks,
You say what the fuck, but I'm just that's real.
G-string, the cycling butt naked. We've seen this before. We've got examples of this. Cross-dressing drag queens reading and performing to children. Who is the only?
Okay, some pride parades are appropriate for children. They're appropriate for all ages. Some are not. You know, these things are like clearly like I've been. This shit only works on people who have never been to pride parades, who have never been to drag shows. Okay, I have been to 2 pride parades, and I've been to a drag show. Okay, and I'm telling you, everybody knows this shit. It is very clearly like advertised, if you want to call it that. Like, it is advertised as either for adults or for all ages. Okay, that's it. That's fucking it. Okay, and like what else is there to say? What else is there to say? I guess no. That's actually not the way it works, and gay people are groomers. Like, it's just not happening. It just isn't fucking happening, dog.
The right. And if you actually spoke up against this stuff, if you said maybe we shouldn't be having drag queens performing and reading for children,
why not? Why? Huh? Like, you know, drag is not inherently sexual. It's not. No matter how bad you want it to be, it isn't. It's not inherently sexual. Okay? It can be drag story hour if it is done appropriately. Children being present, I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter. You think that the kid is like gonna be scarred by seeing a drag queen? Are you fucking stupid? What the fuck?
left would see you as a Nazi or a right-winger or an alt-right
Why?
because it was a very leftist thing to want this to happen.
I did play German on that World
There's
War
more
I game.
examples. Children also performing in drag. Schools being infested with leftist teachers. Leftist activists using their influence and power to groom and violate children. Blue Sky immediately being overrun with underage...
Why don't you just let kids do whatever they want? Why the fuck, like, when it comes to expressing themselves, I mean. Yeah, I mean, kids, they might want to wear clothes of the other gender. Right? They may want to identify as another gender. It happens. Very rarely. But it happens. What's the problem with that? When I was a kid, I didn't even know anything about drag queens, so where is this agenda that they're trying to inform us about? Yeah, dude, they're just saying that leftists are groomers, trans people are groomers, drag queens are groomers. Everybody is a groomer. If you are gay, you're trying to push your gayness on children. That's the narrative. And it's disgusting. It's bullshit. And I fucking hate it. And I'm hearing it more and more. And, you know, this is just, this is the way it's going. So.
Sexual content. Minor attracted people. In which camp do you think...
I think that these people, they keep pushing the envelope. And, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. But, like, they can't keep doing this. Donut, you were talking about violence earlier. And I don't believe that the violence is inevitable. But I don't think the ball is in your court. You know, I don't think it's not in our court. It's in theirs. Okay, if they keep this shit up, it's gonna get worse. There's gonna be more violence against leftists, against gay people, minorities in particular. And, you know, you're gonna see, like, you're gonna see civil war, okay? According to Professor Zhang, he believes that, of predictive history, I don't know if you've seen that. You should watch Predictive History, by the way, man. He believes that the American Civil War has already started. And I think that could be true, but only time will tell. Okay, I think that the Civil War has started. I'm not sure if it'll get worse. I don't know if it'll continue. I think there's a chance it could de-escalate. Okay, we'll see. And the reason why I think that is because the DSA has so much momentum right now. You know, we've got real motion. I'm telling you. We have the popular mandate. Never seen a pride flag or a BLM flag, but for some reason we're influencing kids. LOL. When I was 18, my family took me to a strip club. People wanted me to marry a little girl when I was like 8 because it's cute. Yet gay people are pushing this agenda. Yeah, I mean, when it's straight coded, it's normalized. Okay, putting and that's entirely inappropriate. Okay, of course, like setting up 2 little children together to date. That's weird. That's weird, but it happens all the time. Well, MLK wanted peace and he was assassinated. I mean, Malcolm X wanted violence and he was assassinated. You want to know why you rarely see any black-owned stores? Because the folks burned them down because they were competitive. Yeah, I mean, I know about Black Wall Street, man. It's crazy. Yeah, of course. And you know, a lot of black people were led to believe that, like, black entrepreneurship is the way. That's not the case, okay? But, like, operating within the system is not the way. Okay? I'm just saying that also violence is not the way. Okay? MLK, you may not know this, but, towards the end of his life, before leading up to his assassination, he started to adopt a more Malcolm X worldview. Okay, he was like more in line with Malcolm X. So are we supposed to remain civilized when we're always a threat to them? Especially black, smart people? What do you mean civilized? What do you mean by that? There's my spirit animal. Alright, let's read. I just think that we shouldn't kill people. That's what I think, man. Okay, civilized? Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't think civility is the... Oh yeah, I've seen this movie. Yeah. Yeah, this is a true story, by the way. That's actually what was happening in NASA. There was a... I mean, you already know. You already know. Okay, you can skip it. No, yeah, I love this movie. I actually we took a class trip to see this movie when it came out. Really good stuff. Yeah, we're not gonna watch that.
The term minor attracted people.
All right.
Came from.
Which camp do you think that came from?
Coined
Was
it.
it the alt-right
Dude,
camp?
I can't believe I've been reacting to this for like 2 hours and
Was
15 minutes.
Was it right-wingers?
This video is not going to perform well, okay,
Was it
unfortunately.
conservatives?
But
Where do you
fuck
think
it, I'ma
Max
still edit
came
it.
From? And where did they try to find...
Yeah, that actually is true. That term minor attracted people did come from the left because the people on the right were calling them wood chipper inclined people. So it is. I
mean, they hate us, they call us ghetto, but when we're educated and decent humans, we're still hated. So we can't win for losing. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's pretty much like all of black history in America. Is that. But anyway. You know, I think that, I think that we should like, if anything, doing violence, right? Don't target individuals. Target the infrastructure, right? Like if you, I'm not advocating for this, okay? I'm just saying if you're gonna do violence, there's a lot of new data centers popping up to track us, to keep profiles on every American. You know, there's a bunch of cameras on like all the street corners and on the you know, along the highway. What's that about? I never understood why we're called monkeys when Trump has to be the most disgusting looking white man. Oh, and Mitch McConnell. Goddamn. Why do you have that gun? To protect yourself from shitty humans? Well, we have shitty humans, so they need to be they need to be eradicated. Yeah, I don't see it that way. I'm a reformist. Okay, I think that... Okay, if you don't believe me, well, you're white? Yeah, no shit, I'm white. You don't have nothing to fear? What the fuck? What? I don't have anything to fear? Are you serious? You think that white people have nothing to fear? Especially white leftists. Do you think that ordinary white people are not afraid of the system being turned against them as well? Is that what you think? Because, I mean, that's somewhat accurate. I think a lot of white people, a majority of the time, they don't feel that way. But I'm telling you, man, white people, they are afraid of what is happening to black people to be done to them as well. Yeah. Dude, you can go outside and not have to worry about Nazis wanting you dead. I mean, the people who have power to do that are white people, no? So, this country has a long history of killing people like me, imprisoning people like me with my worldview, and they're outspoken. Okay, like, and look, we're a long time away from the McCarthy era, but, you know, the last decade or so, you've seen a lot of regression when it comes to ideological battles, right? Like, we're more polarized than ever. So you're seeing a lot of extremists on the right, and you're seeing a lot of radicals on the left. So white people can try to get rid of you, but we can't get rid of them. Nobody has come after me yet, you know? I'm ready if they do, but I don't think it'll happen. And I don't think anything will happen to you. The most likely thing, the most, like, realistic scenario is you become a victim of police brutality. You know, and I agree that that is a lot more likely to happen to a person like you, a black American, than a person like me, a white person. But if those people exist, then we need to rid them. No, that's where I disagree, because think about what I just said, man. The most realistic scenario, it's the police. It's not the Nazis. Okay, the Nazis aren't... don't get me wrong, the Nazis are more emboldened than ever. Okay, and I've heard reports of lynchings happening recently. Black people, gay people. Okay, that's... I understand, but you're most likely to be targeted by police. Okay, the system. Not the Nazis. Okay, the Nazis, and there's a different solution to both of these things, and neither of them include murder. Okay, the Nazis, they don't need to be murdered, they need to be institutionalized. In Nazi Germany, there were a lot of Nazis, and what we did is we set up fun little camps for them to be in, where they were re-educated, where we deprogrammed them. The Soviets did this, we did this, the British did this. We all set up these camps. And it worked. That's what we need here. That's what I keep saying. I keep advocating for this. Okay, otherwise, there will be violence, right? It'll only get worse. These extremists will become more extreme. It will boil over, and then you're going to start seeing skirmishes, right? You're going to see people shooting at each other in the street. Nazis versus not Nazis. Why is society have more sympathy for cops over doctors, firefighters, teachers? That's a long story. Okay, propaganda. Rich people. The police, they don't realize it, or most of them don't anyway, but they are tools for the rich to oppress. It's class warfare. That's it. If all lives truly matter, then why do we get hard over just cops? Because cops have been painted, they've been presented as protectors of their communities, when the exact opposite is true. Okay, they do not protect people. They're not even... literally, the precedent has been set that they don't have to protect individuals at all. At any time. It's crazy. Okay, but anyway, I need to move on.
Where did maps try to establish an identity within?
So we need to rid of people that spread propaganda. Look, guns exist to hunt animals, not people. If a cop sees a threat, they shoot. Well, why aren't we allowed to shoot when we see a threat? Nobody should be allowed to shoot, man. There shouldn't be any shooting. That's what I'm saying. Okay, like yes, I understand that police brutality, police violence is real, and I advocate against it. But they do it. Yeah, I know, man. And what is your point? That we need to shoot them? Yeah, man. Yeah, let's start shooting police. Great idea. Yeah, that's gonna work out really well for everyone. Yeah. It's 2026. We're clearly not gonna coexist. Okay, so our country is experiencing something that a lot of countries have experienced before, and it is particularly scary that it's happening here because, you know, we are the global dominant force. We are the global hegemony. Okay, but the fortunate news is that when this sort of thing happens to a country, right, expansionist imperialism turned inwards, like secret police, oligarchy, dictatorship, it's the downfall of the empire. Okay, so like, we're destroying ourselves, and this is actually a good thing, because if we were to dominate the world with this current system, it would be like, basically like if Hitler took over the world. You know what I mean? So anyway, my point is shooting police is not a fucking solution to this. It's not going to do anything. It's a terrible idea. Okay, it will only embolden police because police have a collective identity. Okay, and when one of them is killed, they all fucking go nuts. They go bananas over it. That's what happens. That's exactly why the president is sending ICE into all these cities to brutalize people. He's hoping that one of his dumbass ICE agents will get themselves killed. Well, I like your streams and you as a person, but we just live in two different worlds. No, look, I know that I'm not a black person. I listen to many different perspectives of people, different ethnic backgrounds. And of course, I react to a lot of racist people as well. I get their perspective. But anyway, that's not really, like, you know, what you're implying with that statement is that, like, black people as a monolith support violence against police, against, and that's just not the case. You know, and that's not to say that black people support policing. They don't. Okay, obviously, not in its current form. Okay, like, black people just want to feel secure and safe in their community like everyone else. And that's why they want police reform. Okay, and anyway. Even if we lived in peace, how can a poor guy advance in this world? Yeah, let me pay my rent and bills, eat ramen and hot dogs, and have like $50 in my account. Even if I were white, I wouldn't want to be like 70 in this world. But I'll let you get back to your video. Yeah, I mean, and you make a really good point, man. White people, we don't live, like, excellent lives either. Okay, basically the difference between, you know, me, the average white person, and you, the average black person, is, I don't have to worry about as much experiencing police brutality. Okay, I could still experience police brutality. It's just a lot less likely. Okay, but pretty much everything else about our lives is the same. Okay, like, well, you know, of course, there are other things too. You know, my bad. Like, obviously, job opportunities. You know, if you have a white-sounding name on your resume, you're more likely to get a call. You know what I mean? That's like a you know, a statistic. That's a fact. But my point is white people are exploited as well. Our labor is exploited. White people don't live amazing, luxurious lives in America. Okay, actually, it sucks. Most white people live in abject poverty. And most people in abject poverty are white. But the difference is minorities have a higher rate of poverty, you know. But I do like that you acknowledge that, and you know, that's nice and all. You know, we need to build solidarity. You know, it's because we're all kind of in a very similar boat here when it comes to class warfare. You know, black people are oppressed, white people are oppressed. We're all being oppressed. Anyway, I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
It was the left. The alt-right pipeline, man discovering his fire, his sense of worth, his masculinity. The alt-left pipeline.
I just want to be clear on this topic, just in case like people are confused at all, because it probably will be brought up at some point. I don't really care if you have any sort of attraction for fictional characters. It doesn't matter to me. What I care about is actual kids. Thank you, Spydrake. Thank you so much for the bits. Thank you.
Rumors. Because
people will probably use this for some kind of blue archive or whatever.
Yeah, so I had to pause it there, okay? It's so funny that she just got done talking about how, like, gay people are groomers, they're transing the kids, you know, yada yada. And then she's like, oh yeah, but fictional child sexual abuse material, CSAM, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, dude, it's not okay. It's not fucking okay. That is insanity that you just said that. That's fucking crazy. But Leaflet has said this before. I think I may have heard her say this before, but I already knew that she had said this. Okay. But yeah, this is disgusting. You know, loli pornography is wrong. It's it's not as bad as being a pedophile. Yeah, sure. But it's like not very many steps removed, okay? I just think the stress will kill me sooner than later. Like, none of these people talk about how this economy is awful and people can hardly afford to pay their rent and bills. Yeah, that's because that is inconvenient to their narrative. They're never gonna talk about that, okay? At the end of the day, Leaflet's job just like any other right-wing grifter, political commentator. Their job is to defend the state, defend the regime at all costs. That's it, okay? The only time where they will ever be slightly combative against the regime is when it's just mandatory. Anyway, these people have large I mean, when I say mandatory, I mean like even then that like they'll defend. These people will defend the indefensible. Okay, obviously, but you know, I think that they'll like throw a bone every once in a while, though, just to, you know, say that they're impartial or whatever. They see both sides. Anyway, these people have huge followers and choose to discuss about the LGBT. Yeah, the LGBT is affecting my high-ass rent. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Like, oh, but you look anime, anime's like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anime's not real.
The trans people are making the rent so high.
Thankful that you're in the alt-right pipeline, okay?
Yeah, bro. The kids aren't real. The kids aren't real. Yeah, so it's not problematic. Yeah, bro. Yeah, genius.
Like a cat girl, does that mean you want to fuck a dog? Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
White pipeline detected. Just be like, thank you for making it, actually. Thanks for making it. And, hey, at least I'm
That's
leaving
not the
side
same
that has
thing.
maps on it. The leftist pipeline.
That's not the same thing. Like, if you watched pornography of like, and it's fictional, it's animated, of a person fucking, not a cat girl, but an actual cat, is that weird? Yes. Yeah, it's weird if you do that. If you jack it to like, you know, fictional bestiality, yeah, that's weird, man. So that's why it's not the same thing. LGBT are groomers, yet ignore churches, ignore the fact they don't pay taxes. I won't shit on religion. I don't hate religion, but people that spread the message and twist the words, yeah, I know, man. So that's why I sound like a madman, because the shit we're listening to is exhausting. LOL, I don't have time for it, man. And look, you don't have to watch this with me. I don't blame you. All I ask you is to not look away from politics in general. You know, pay attention. I don't blame anyone for not wanting to watch my content when I've like look at what these people have to say. They're the insane ones. Okay, they are. But, you know, again, like, I wasn't trying to, I think that you were probably, I don't think you're really serious about wanting to hurt people. Maybe you are. Maybe you have feelings like that. If you do, you should seek help. Okay, that's not normal. That's not right. Being frustrated with the system, that's normal. Obviously. Look at it. Look at the system. People like that should not have a platform. These people are spreading misinformation. It should be stopped. Yeah, it's just killing them turns them into a martyr. That's all it does. The real solution is to take away their platform and institutionalize people that think like this, okay? That think fascism is epic and based, okay? Yeah.
Disgusting individuals the ability to get close to children while exercising.
That's what we did with the real life Nazis.
I don't know, like, it's very simple to me. It's very simple to me. Fiction's not real. If you really thought that fiction was real, then like you would have a problem with games where you murder people like Grand Theft Auto. So we all know it's not real.
Male feminists almost.
Look, man, racism is a disease of the mind. It is not worthy of execution. Not in today's time, not in the time of the past, okay? These people, they need to be institutionalized, they need to be locked up, unironically. That's where race hatred belongs. It's not an ideology, it's a disease. It's a cancer on our society. It must be stamped out. And you can interpret that in a violent way, but that's wrong. Because it's just violence isn't necessary at this point. Okay, if we get to well, look, we'll see what happens. Okay, they're not gonna like me no matter what. LOL. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway.
Always have something to hide or something they're trying to atone for. So what have we learned here today?
Jesus, bro, this took me almost 3 hours to watch this shit.
They made it. It was a necessity. Of course it was going to be made. In the face of such tyranny, of course it was going to be made.
Did you realize you can't fuck a kimono me because the tail's in the way? That's not... Dude, the tail's like... No, the tail's not in the way, dude. What are you talking about? What do you mean the tail's in the way?
What's up, man?
Yeah, it's like in the back. Like it would maybe be like
Stop
in the way,
pausing the video.
behind,
Yeah,
but
my
then you just,
bad.
like,
I
have
want to
them
respond to you. That's why.
But like from the front, then there's no issue at all.
That's
Like,
right. But you're right,
there?
though.
And why are they so threatened by the alt-right pipeline? It's because whenever men discover their own sense of self-worth, that usually doesn't pan out too well for those who try to invade white men's country.
Look, I'm not used to having chatters when I watch these videos. Increase the speed. It's on 1.75 times. Yeah, it's at almost 2 times speed. Yeah, but your chatting is dumb. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah. Oh, your chatter is dumb. Okay. Okay, you're not dumb. You're not. You are of average intelligence. Maybe even slightly above average. Nah, man. But yeah, I mean, I paused the video to respond to you, and I need to get better about that. But like, my problem is, I want to pay attention to everything that they're saying, and I shouldn't. Because what they're saying is fucking stupid, and I don't need to dissect everything. And I try not to do that anyway. I used to say 2 instead of 2 a lot, and would've. I don't know. Do you know the difference between your, and your? Yeah, well. Wait, no, it's your and your. My bad. I was thinking there, and there. Alright.
Vito in chat says, what the
I'm
heck?
just glad this shit is
I
almost
don't wanna hear it from
over.
anyone from Moraine. I know what you guys do. I know what you guys do. I don't want to fucking hear it.
It's a misnomer. The real name for the alt-right pipeline is the red pill, because the red pill is actually what they're afraid of. Men waking up, becoming aware, rediscovering what it means to be a man, how it feels to be one. The responsibilities we have as one. And yeah, it's tough. And yeah, you're gonna get the most insanely difficult to decipher gaslighting thrown at you by these very vindictive women who want to maintain their sense of
vindictive women.
They don't want to be held responsible. They don't want to fulfill their responsibilities to society, because the first thing women did when they were given
Wait to Rex, thank you for the bits. Release the Moraine file.
responsibilities to society, because the first thing women did when they were given all of this freedom was to shed themselves of any and all responsibility whatsoever. As far as I know, the essential fields of vocations are still very much male, like waste management, energy management, construction, these kinds of things. It's still all dudes. Women with their feminism and their infinite ability to choose exactly what they wanted to do decided not to do these things, and instead decided to go do white-collar jobs that require them to be doing Zoom calls 8 or 9 times a day. For what? I don't know. I don't think even they know. The alt-right pipeline is a misnomer, as a straw man representation of men rediscovering what it means to be a man. When man sees that his country is being taken,
to
his
get
culture is being
paid,
destroyed,
man.
and his race is being replaced.
That's why they
and
do
women
it.
and communists are behind it all. They realize.
Look, women, they have better educational outcomes. That's why you see them in white-collar jobs. That's why, like, it's not their fault for pursuing higher education, and men don't as much. Okay, like, what else is there to say? Like, oh, women, they chose jobs where they get paid to do something easier. Well, yeah, they did. Wow, yeah, that's their fault? Why? Why is that their fault? What?
That discovering the red pill, going through this pipeline, coming to this realization and rediscovering your sense of self-worth as a man is a threat to their entire system of control.
It is.
Why else would they so systemically disenfranchise a very specific demographic?
Also, do you want to know another thing that's really interesting? Have you guys noticed that anytime they get into an argument with somebody on the right that actually has like their points in line, they never actually attack the argument. They always attack the person. They always attack your credibility as a person. Like they do this all the time with Andrew Wilson. Like Andrew Wilson will come up and he'll be like, he'll shoot on them completely when it comes to like the logic and the facts of the situation. Andrew Wilson will dumb them.
Isn't Andrew Wilson the guy, the Ulick Sniz guy? Is that the guy? Oh, no, that's this guy. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of this guy. I don't think I've seen his debates, though. He's a Christian nationalist, yeah. Classic. Yeah, okay, he was on the Whatever podcast, okay. Yeah, I was thinking of another guy on the Whatever podcast.
Yeah, but you know, your wife was married before and has kids and has kids that aren't yours. And don't use that as an attack on Andrew Wilson. Or you couldn't open the pickle jar.
Oh wait. So it is that guy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, look, man, he's a loser. Okay, it's funny. That's not the only thing people. What, you think people don't engage with the substance of what he says? What? No, man, he's a fucking nationalist. He's a Christian nationalist, misogynist. Yeah, he just like most of his commentary is just like women are evil. Women are, they need to go back in the kitchen. You know, that's it. Like, it's the fucking lowest common denominator drivel that you can fucking watch. His podcast sucks. All of the episodes I've seen are just not they're not even entertaining. It's just boring misogyny. That's all it is, man.
Or they're like, oh, you're a really big mean, man. They never attack the actual argument because they can. They always have to like go for the actual person.
Yeah, she's talking about the Ulick Sniz clip. I'm pulling it up. All right, I'm pulling it up. This shit is awesome.
She licked sniz. By the way, I don't think
Oh wait,
there's anything wrong.
Wrong one. Yeah, wait. wait. I don't know where it is in the video. Come on, dude. Oh, this is it. This is it.
What part of me marrying a woman who was divorced goes against my worldview?
You say gnarly things about promiscuous women and that they're disgusting.
That's not promiscuity.
You say 3 baby daddies? Yes, that's promiscuous.
Wait a second. Ooh. Help me out here. How many times have you had?
I couldn't count.
How many different partners have you had?
Certainly under 10.
Yeah, and she has three long-term relationships, and I'm one of them. Chuck, you've way more.
None of them got me pregnant.
Yeah, well, who cares if they did? You would just abort the kid.
I mean, yeah, but
because you're just a sick.
I'm not a sick.
You're a sick.
I think it's crueler. I think it is crueler to have children when you are unprepared and bring them into an unsafe household. I think that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll make sure to let my stepkids know that they shouldn't have been brought in the world because Chuck wishes that her mom killed them. Because then she couldn't say you had 3 baby daddies, could she?
Go ahead and tell them.
I'll go ahead and tell them, Chuck. I'll let them know, Chuck.
But it's every time you talk about how older women are undesirable, women with pasts are undesirable.
That's not what I say.
And then you are dating a woman. You are married to a woman. You are
Chuck, can you
tell me
what my position is?
I've seen your tweets.
What's my position?
I've seen the way that you speak to sex
Can you
workers.
tell me what my... Was my wife a worker?
No.
No.
She has 3 baby daddies.
Okay, so not a worker?
No, not a sex worker.
Okay, great. So she had 3 long-term relationships and did what she was supposed to do in them when she's married, which is have children.
Yeah, owned.
Yeah, and how did that turn out for her?
It turned out great. She ended up with me.
Dude, she's a busted up ass whore, bro.
Yeah,
that's what she is.
For almost, what, 18 years? What's your longest term relationship, Chuck?
3 years, but I'm also in my 20s.
3 years. 3 years and 10 guys. Boy, you got a way to go, Chuck.
But I'm also in my 20s.
I married her when I was in my 20s. With her. What do you mean?
Dude, this isn't the clip I wanted, bro. I want the real good clip. Yeah. Wow, it's just not here. Oh, yo.
Has 3 baby daddies.
Yeah, this is it.
Twice before.
Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid. Shut your fucking mouth.
You stupid bitch.
Did I bring any of your family into anything? Did I say anything about your family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the
he's-
traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit. Because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional
I posted
man.
that clip
Let's
on
go
Blue
through
Sky.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing, which is immoral.
Uh-oh.
What you're doing, which is immoral.
Yeah, being married to my
wife.
wife.
It's immoral.
Then why? So then.
Under my
So all
worldview,
you did.
That's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. Shouldn't you actually be saying that, Andrew? You're doing a good thing.
I mean, she's making a good point, dude. Like your wife, she's all used up. You know, she's used up. Her value is tanked. Okay, why'd you marry her? Why'd you marry her? She's a busted up
Charlie,
ass
I just wanna make sure I
whore.
got this right. Am I doing a good thing?
Am I doing a
Am
good
I
thing?
doing a good thing? By taking care of children who weren't mine? Was I doing a good
No,
thing? Whose
no,
father
you're beta. You're a beta male.
abandoned them? Was I doing a good thing?
Yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well then, Chuck, why did you use that as a form of personal attack on me? Even though you think I'm a good person doing a good thing.
Because you're a beta.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married.
Dude, he did. Where's the lick sniz part? Why'd they take it down, bro? I'll just watch the Hassan reaction. Let's go.
Holy this lesbian absolutely
Let's go.
body
Yeah,
trapped on
yeah.
Andrew Wilson for marrying a woman with 3 baby daddies. Damn, I didn't know that till now. What a poser.
Yeah,
Lamau.
yeah.
I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And I'm just going to be totally honest with you.
Why
I
do
will never be
conservatives
able
always
to
mention tradition
convince you of my
values, yet
worldview.
have the most awful family
I know.
lifestyle?
But the
Remember
reason
Sarah
is not
Palin, her
because
daughter
I'm not
got
a great
pregnant,
orator,
and the
or I
baby
don't
daddy
make good
posed for
points,
Playboy.
or I haven't said
Didn't know
things
that.
which should be compelling to a person.
Interesting.
But Charlie, I just think honestly,
Whatever.
you're
She's
too
like the
stupid to
senator of
understand
Alaska or whatever.
So Andrew, can I sell
What
you
happened to
online
her
review.
anyway? Did
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married
You wanna
twice
pull up?
before.
And you
Under
and you
under
lick
your,
you lick sniz.
under
Nailin'
your
Palin.
religion.
you like sniz?
What is that?
You're a dyke. Don't talk about my wife, you stupid. Shut your fucking mouth.
You lick sniz. What a note. That must have struck
Got
a
him.
nerve. Because
Oh, hey, it's that guy. That guy's epic.
He ulted, but it's pretty funny that his ult is.
Is that like a custom
that's a
Patagonia
devastatingly bad ult, in my
chinchilla?
opinion. I'm using this.
Oh,
as an
it is.
example
He's
of,
got the
like, type
custom
of debate that
Patagonia
I think
chinchilla.
Americans actually do want to watch.
Oh no, I would call it.
All right. Anyway, back to
It's
this.
gonna make them like not even make it so that they can't even talk at all. Counter, Riley, thank you for the prime. Thank you.
We've all learned that the alt-left pipeline is far more of an artificial construct designed to destroy the West and indoctrinate the foolish to be useful and complicit to that end. The alt-right pipeline is a natural response.
Why do straight guys hate lesbians? They both love women. Yeah, I don't understand that one. I actually can't answer that.
But what happened was there was a like he had a debate with somebody.
'Cause we're in agreement, you know?
Whatever podcast, and then they had a pickle jar challenge.
Me and
But it was actually an
lesbians
alt jar, and
are
he
like
was on the top, so, like, he had trouble opening
are
it.
like
It's
this.
really pointless. Doesn't really matter. But people will try to use that example to like
Lesbians and straight men,
It's actually, like,
they
a
make
really
great
crazy, like,
friendships.
attack.
Really.
It's a really wild attack. It's kind of logically meaningless.
Can I ask a personal question? Sure.
Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
I'm a streamer.
I need more of these. I need more of these videos.
Ugh. No, I really don't want more.